I mean, Asuna left standing from the original roster, but the rest of the 4 looked great. I mean, we can't really talk about that without really getting onto like the huge star I feel like for last week, which was Derek.
Yeah, I mean, he was insane, but even beyond that, I think the identity of this team has always been in their preparation. I think that's what you get when you talk about a team that's bringing in 2 super experienced coaches, a general manager who's played as a competitor before. Like, that's always what this team has been built up to be. And I think that they've always been great in those ways. They're a great team at coming into matches with a game plan of changing their compositions to counter-strat their opponents. But I think sometimes they get a little hung up in the execution. And last week was such a good example of that. They tried a really cool new duelistless comp on Ascent they haven't ran before, and then their attack side utterly crumbled.
Absolutely. Watching Ascent attack versus FaZe, honestly, it really seemed early in the half they had a good game plan in the attack. Like here, Dicey's taking aggro off Cat, but they skip a step in their execution. They skip something in their default, and no one's looking at the lower smoke as if FaZe gets 3. And I feel like when you leave these gaps, these opportunities for FaZe, they have hard hitters and Baby Bay and Dicey just go in and exploit and abuse those gaps. They're hyper aggressive. They're gonna find them.
And yes. Sentinels is another team. We talked about Celsius being that dive player. He's very willing to get aggressive.
Good morning, selamat pagi.
These gaps, and for 100 Thieves, they really have to work on that because they show us
mana nih bocil satu-satu yang kemarin nih.
To make the changes on the fly, make these little mistakes that get the better of them, which is kind of what happened in stage 2, right? They let a close matchup slip away with some little mistakes at the end. We want that to not be the identity of this 100 Thieves roster.
Yeah, and sometimes, right, especially, you know, with the level these players are playing, you gotta be willing to get a little dirty. You know, you gotta get in the mud a little bit there. FaZe has no problem doing that, and 100 Thieves, they're definitely going to need to adapt to that, because while I do think Sentinels are going to play obviously a little bit more of a structured setup, because given the roster forming so
kita bakalan nonton ini guys ya, Sentinel lawan 100 Thieves. Di sini kita lihat 100 Thieves masih ada Derek sama masih ada Asuna ya, yang aslinya aimnya kerat banget guys.
First week was so many close games. I think a big part of that is because some of these teams they haven't shown themselves.
Sentinel yang ada slot,
new players even.
Yang aimnya kerat juga
kali. Outside, like looking at your own mistakes and analyzing them. But now, 2 matches under all the teams' belt left in the bracket. I know Shangaris, I know the Immortal Minds crew is just diving in. They have a lot to sink their teeth into for this week.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talked about
the bocil satu yang kemarin nih guys, nggak ada guys.
In the chamber for 100 Thieves, they didn't really play any chamber last stage. They strayed away from the op. Same with Sentinels. They were stuck in with 10s on the jet. Now both these teams have made that change. Will practically full time on the chamber. 10s as well, making that pivot. These are 2 very experienced dive players and duelist players, and in some way offers, particularly for 10s. But it's a new role, which makes the head-to-head a little more interesting than I think when we see most other chambers facing off against each other.
100%. I think it's really interesting because I want to see 10s come into the form, because we've always known him to be that really strong jet entering and dashing in. But Chamber, while also a really strong op agent and op role, it's not as much going in and like just taking his space off of util. You're very much on your own a lot of the time unless your team is setting you up in those team spots.
Yeah, and I think 10s has really made a good pivot into the role. He's been looking fantastic as an individual. On the other side for Will, we've seen flashes of brilliance. The defensive side of this Ascent game was a great example. He was picking up the off, doing great with it. But we've also still seen some of those inconsistencies and maybe some of those
Anang mana solo aja. Solo lah. Valoran ini guys.
You have a situation here where
Valorant yang baru datang, like dulu, share dulu, let's go.
And Will knows that this is going to be a challenging battle for him. But
nobar terus dulu. Yeay, Yan. Ini seru Yan, sumpah Yan.
Completely overhauled, you know, their whole coaching staff.
Ini Yan. Gua kalau slot ini agak sedikit lain emang nih. Nonton. Nobar terus gua sengaja bela-belain ini udah tidur padahal. Baru bangun. Bener-bener baru melek, udah nggak kuat tadi sebenarnya mau melek. Main bela-belain gue udah janji ini. Sama penasaran 100 Thieves lawan Sentinel kan. Kalau nggak seru-seru amat sih gak nonton juga. Nonton mana Yan?
He just turned completely on its head, brought it back with 3 quick frags, and then boom, going for the 1v1 at the end. He's looking insane this event.
Yeah, and on top of that, you know, it is a player who not only is good in those late rounds, good in those clutches, but he's also good at setting his team up early. It's not like he's baiting to end up in these positions. And, you know, it's interesting, because I feel like with Derek being so good, and Derek being so stellar with the clutch, it feels like it's kind of continuing a legacy of the organization, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, 100 Thieves definitely have a history of having
ada nih lu di AFK anjoy.
Like Hiko, actually, great example there, right? Like there's
ada anjing.
Ada Jo. Lu jadi AFK gue nggak lihat, nggak muncul di ininya.
Derek is
Menang mana ya ini ya?
in those shoes.
I mean, he was that guy. He
Sentinel lah
went
kali.
international, was clutching there, was looking really good,
Gue gak
closing out
peduli
those
sih
rounds.
menang yang mana,
But
pengen nonton aja.
Iya kan?
It's really
Iya.
incredible.
Yang penting seru. Cuma kayaknya lihat Sentinel main
Lu
masih
nonton mana, YouTube, Twitch?
You know what? I would
Twitch kali ya, tapi jelek nih gambarnya.
that there's a possibility that
Bentar kencing.
Pico is more
Ayo.
into Derek. Or should I say, that's right. I'm bringing it back, people. Animorphs lives again. This is it. He is morphing into him. Get the book. It's going to be on shelves relatively soon. Mel, I'm so sorry you have to be here for this, but we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have the map select and agent select here for Sentinels versus 100 Thieves. You don't want to miss it. Valamorphs
Is next.
Lapar lagi guys, musik ini anjir lah.
Assemble your team and lead it to the world final. Learn more on redbullcampusclutch.com.
Lah iklan lagi anjoy. Ada Hiko, masih main Hiko. Enggak ada.
Nonton mana, bro?
Twitch aja Twitch ya, Hen.
Welcome back everyone. Here's we get ready for
Biar
our first
sama ya.
of the day. Sentinels versus 100
Nah.
Thieves.
Twitch aja Twitch.
Situated and ready to go.
Sky mana nih Sky? Biasa bangun Sky.
Gede temen-temennya, baru balik ya.
Oh, iya kah?
It's great to have your insight and professional experience, you know, to break this all down because this is going to be an exciting
Nih abang-abangan nih Serot gimana nih? Gue masih penasaran ngeliatin dia, Cok.
Very hungry, very determined, Mel. This is a big game for both of these squads.
And I think I know Sean Garrett. I know he really wants to win the veto. I think he's a really big nerd when it comes to that.
Ini kalah pulang ya?
Kayaknya iya dah.
Ya kalah pulang, Cok, ini lower.
Sentinels picks Breeze versus their match against Guard. And I also think just watching 100 Thieves matches, they look very strong on Breeze. They played it against FaZe, who FaZe is also pretty
Bobo
good.
kalah nih kayak Sentinel pulang nih kayak ini.
This time they had the Jet and they lost, and it looked like a really
Emang
convincing.
Warner Thieves lagi strong?
Their protocols, like their setups, the cipher.
Enggak juga sih.
We don't expect too much here in North America, especially with the lean into the chamber. But the
Itu
cipher
juga
is really interesting.
struggle sih tapi
Yeah, for the second map, I think we're gonna see Haven. Even
gak tahu ya kalau Warner sih Asunanya masih bisa main gitu. Kalau Tens kan sekarang sebenarnya burik banget nih jatuhnya nih. Ya nggak sih, Yan?
Gak juga lah.
Yeah, and it's gonna be really interesting to watch.
Tapi belum lihat gitu Tens yang kayak dulu gitu.
Karena orangnya udah pada step up, bro.
Iya, iya.
For the longest time, they kind of shied away for it as of late. Now they've had a lot of time. They have a brand new roster, so we really don't know what to expect out of them. 100 Thieves is one of those teams that likes to know what to expect heading in, but it's a bit of a
Sentinel
gray
ini
area
udah
if we keep
kayak
Haven in the pool.
Yeah, and actually
BTR
that's a
di PUBG
fantastic point.
BTR zaman dulu ya.
These teams, right, pride
Yang
themselves
start.
on the prep work. I was speaking to so many of the coaches at Masters, right? Like, you know, speaking to Doom, right? And
Yeah.
the
Yan, Cok.
amount of time
Sentinel.
that goes in to prep
Masa
for
sampai
the
seeding
game.
8 ya?
But for
Aduh.
Sentinels, there really wasn't much to
Ya, bacotnya
pull
lama
from,
nih pasti,
right?
anjing.
Just that one game against
Tahu
Guard
nih.
and what the game they had against Rebellion.
Yeah.
Berapa yang nonton nih?
That's basically
Lah,
it.
slotnya
Not a lot of
nge-live, Cok.
material, Mel, which is going to make
Ceweknya kayak dari
very
kemana sih
challenging.
kalau dia main?
Oh iya ya.
You have to, it's pretty spread thin.
Iya,
and you
bener
really just
ceweknya.
get into the gritty of it when you only have that many maps to really
Tuh,
look
Montana
at.
nonton
But I
nggak
have
tuh?
full faith in, Sean Garris and Mike's
Mana gua
to
tahu.
dive in, but also Raucus and Danny. I'm sure they're
Dia
doing their
lagi
prep as well
Discord,
versus
ya.
100 Thieves. We hear Zelsa say how structured they are. It seems like they have a really good read on 100 Thieves and how they're going to
Lah
go.
Iko
Yeah, it's
main.
really an interesting one. I also think there's a possibility that 100 Thieves just
Ah,
elects
bukan.
to get rid of Breeze. They've been willing to ban it in the past. I think
That's
it's
true.
quite a flippy map, and it's been
Lah,
really
Iko.
solid for Sentinels. So I wouldn't actually be surprised if they get rid
Udah
of
nggak
it
di
before we head into
nggak di
the match, and I think
Warner
it's
Thieves ya,
something
udah pensi.
Udah lama.
It's something
Udah
that
lama.
Sentinels used to really like to pick in, but we haven't seen yet from them, and I don't think from anyone thus far at the LCK.
Gila semua Valorant, Cok.
Speculate anymore.
Valorant nih kalau di Twitch gede banget ya.
To go, so let's see what we end up getting. What's going to be our
Montana
first
OTW.
battleground here between
Hah?
these two very
Montana OTW.
clouded teams.
Montana
And
OTW.
of course, Sentinels will have their first veto, followed by 100 Thieves. I'm really curious on what that first map pick is going to be, but I think
Ton Kidae sih seru sih. Map Cok.
bans Breeze here to
Eh.
like prevent Sentinels from getting
No,
their
they're gonna leave
comfort.
it
Oh, they get rid of the
Nope.
box. There
They're
it
going to
is.
leave
for the
Breeze.
box.
They're going to see
Lolos.
Breeze first map for sure, I think here.
Yeah, it's got to
Main-
be for Sentinels. I expect
main
them to maybe
Icebox.
float that Icebox ban to the
Oh.
second.
Oh,
Okay.
Sentinel.
Wait a second. Sentinels
Asen
going to
sih.
the Fracture instead. They've played this map. They beat Shopify on it in very close fashion. It's looked pretty solid for them. So it's not quite what I was expecting, but it might not be what 100 Thieves expect either. And I think that's a good gamble because 100 Thieves, you talked, they've been solid on it. So have Sentinels.
Males
they're
banget gua tuh
confident enough to
nonton
pick it.
Fracture,
This is
sumpah.
really interesting actually because 100 Thieves likes to ban Fracture. They haven't played Fracture this event, I
Cep-
don't think.
cepet
So it's
banget,
really
Yan.
Interesting. So they actually,
Itu sih.
okay, they ban Ascent.
Karena cepet.
Refrag-refragnya tuh
Sent to go.
suka kagak kelihatan observer, Cok.
I think I was expecting it to be played out towards the end, but Sentinels actually ended up vetoing Bind earlier. So
Heaven.
it's just really interesting. I was
Ah,
really
map 3
expecting
ini kayaknya nih.
Breeze Haven to begin with, but I
Seru
think
sih
100
Heaven.
Thieves must have something up their sleeve to leave Fracture in.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised in the end there that 100 Thieves do get rid of the split instead of the Haven there. I wouldn't be surprised. I think that split has been a more comfortable map for them in recent history. Like you said, they lost last time on Haven, but still showed some good ideas there. So I think this is pretty even territory. Like we said, that's a question mark for Sentinels, but
Nah, iya sih.
rewinding to those
Apakah
first two maps in
turun?
Fracture and Breeze. Fracture, I think, is the
Atau
biggest question
tidak
mark for
turun?
100
100%.
Thieves. Because by floating that, I'm sure they expected it in the pool. They've got to have something special prepped on up. And, well, they haven't played it recently. They used to have a really,
Ya dulu nih tim dua-duanya di atas gitu ya kan. Kan dua-duanya di lower bracket, Cok.
On that attacking
Iya.
side, it worked super well for them.
Berarti yang enak yang nggak di
Yeah,
lower
I'm so
bracket
excited
siapa,
to see
bro?
what they have cooked
This
up.
is interesting.
Ini
This is
ada
very
The
interesting
Guard,
video,
Cloud9,
You were in the lab.
and The Guard
Yang-
sama
yang
Face
enggak.
Clan.
You were
Di
like
luar
Videos on
ini,
here.
di luar
you
lower
were
bracket.
typing
Iya.
away, going nuts.
The Guard sama Face Clan doang.
You were just going in. You were doing science experiments. You were like predicting it, and then we end up with Fracture, which is just absolutely
ke
awesome.
champion.
This looks like
Iya,
crazy
nih, gua share
layout
screen
here.
ini, ya.
But Mel, I guess it begs a question, right? Either there's a plan in place. There obviously has to be a plan, or Sentinels got a pretty
Nah
good
tuh
draw.
bracketnya.
I think if there's not a plan in place, which there must be, I don't know. It looks like Sentinels kind of won this.
Najis ya.
Yeah,
But-
it really does look good for them. I'm excited
Ini yang
for this
LCK
Delta
kali,
Neon
bro.
on this match.
Oh, yang
Yeah,
LCQ
Sentinels
kalau
fans
yang
are brimming with excitement
apa?
right now.
Oh, lu
Gue
Really
yang
great.
nggak di
it's
LCQ,
awesome.
yang
Of
udah ke
course, guys,
champion
we're waiting
optik ya.
on one of the players,
Optik.
to
Yang
get
doang,
up into the
optik
game,
doang
but
kayaknya.
I believe we actually did get
Apa
an
mana ya?
opportunity to catch up, I think with Derek, to get his thoughts on the matchup ahead and everything that is to come. Let's actually go ahead and check that out. When we return, we're going to have Agent Select.
The expectations sometimes get to your head. I try not to let it, but yeah, when you got thousands upon thousands of people like saying, coming at you, saying you should have done that, you should have done that. I feel like
Oh, ada
we
X-Set
try to
juga.
just
Oh,
block it out.
Temen gue tuh satu tuh,
yang mana?
But
yang Airin.
100 Thieves as an
Airin
org
ini.
is-
Iya.
it's just so huge that people expect them
Temen
to
gue
win
dari
everything,
PUBG PC.
Crossfire.
but in a
Enggak,
game like
Crossfire.
this, it's not.
Iya, dia
It's not
lama
that
banget
simple.
itu.
I wish it
Tahun
was
berapa
like,
gue
trust
ketemu
me, I
dia?
wish I
Terakhir
wanna
itu
win everything.
2013
But a
gitu.
lot of these teams are like, we're
Ini orang Kanada, Cok.
skill ceiling.
Gua
or
ngalahin
skill
tim Medi dulu.
gap is just so
Hah?
tight and
Lu apa?
any
Gua
any
dulu
team
ngalahin
on
tim
any
Medi
given
ya.
day can win
Lu
on
ngalahin.
so.
Gua lu bohong aja nah.
Anjing.
Ya, masalahnya Yan ya. Gue tahu kan lu jago ya. Cuma gue tuh nggak ada gitu, gak menyaksikan langsung Yan gitu.
Iya, lu kenal gue telat belum.
Gue telat join dunia ginian tuh gue telat Yan.
Telat banget lo.
Telat banget ya.
Banget.
Makanya Cok. Tapi gue tahu lu jago gitu kan, banyak yang ngomong kan. Gak pernah nonton langsung gitu, makanya lu main dong gitu. Turun lagi gue jadi bisa nonton gitu Yan.
Malas ah.
Iya nggak sih guys? Baru belum masuk VCT, buset. Anjing ini ada satu Indo cok, akhirnya cok.
Iya kira ada boom.
2 tahun ya.
Boom boom boom.
Ah gue maunya Onyx padahal. Tapi boomnya sekarang kuat banget. Tanggal berapa? 2 sampai 19 ya. Bulan depan Nian. Nonton lah.
VCT ya.
Ini sih FPX yang kaget banget sih. Kerat cok.
Gua kaget sih. Gua selalu dari kemarin juga masih nontonin yang EU emang spek kuat.
Iya kan? Parah banget cok.
Ini apaan Bro? Yang udah di VCT ya?
Iya yang udah di champion ini.
Oh, Natik.
Mana?
Rex Sersia. Oh, Sersia udah ya?
Ya Sersia udah. Zeta nih dari Jepang nih. Kayak. Pagi. Oh tahun segitu masih ada di e-sport lah ya. Ya gimana guys, gue kagak melihat secara langsung. Rian nih jago, gue tahu gitu, tapi gak ada gitu gue di momen itu nggak ada.
Ya lu lagi yang telat.
Telat ya, masih main yang lain gue Yan. Ini kan bekas apa? Optik nih bekas apa? PNS ya, PNS. Apa yang juara nih ntar ya? Ih, tahu ah. Terus 16 tim. Lama banget cok, mulainya cok. Jir. Ini gara-gara ini kali ya rame yang nonton ya. Bisa nggak lama. Kalau lihat langsung gak sah kan? Ya cok. Gak salah. Ayo Yan main bareng makanya Valorant cok.
Boleh di share?
Hah?
Oh, Bro, parah banget.
Apa mau di-share Bang Mon?
Iyalah.
Oh ngomong dong.
Lu nggak live bro?
Live ini.
Aduh, gua masih sakit perut gua.
Lu kenapa sih?
Asam lambung gua parah bro. Ini makanya gua balik keres dah.
Lu
Parah
mending
itu Mon.
Wah Yan, itu kayak muter terus tuh perut nggak enak. Gerujut terus sakit.
Padahal udah makan gitu.
Udah, makanan tuh kayak nggak turun Yan. Dia ada di apa?
nyangkut ya?
Di atas lambung.
Di ulu hati ya?
Iya.
Ya.
Di atas lambung ke tenggorokan makanan nggak pernah turun.
Ini lu teleponan sama Matthew Bang Mon.
Terus lu tau nggak? Masa makanan gua makan jam 5 sore misalnya. Terakhir jam 2 itu gampang banget gue muntahinnya.
Jam 2 malam. Anjing.
Iya, gampang banget gue muntahinnya. Kayak gak ada usaha gitu. Jadi emang apa sih? Begah itu tau gak? Yang
Iya.
gitu padahal belum makan.
Iya Rian super nair.
Jadi lambung gue gak mau terima makanan gitu tuh.
Udah tua itu mau nikah makanya kata gitu. Pada bet pure anjing emang ya.
Kelewatan sih sama lambungnya.
Sama kayak Matthew lu. Matthew juga parah tuh kemarin memang masuk rumah sakit.
Ya gue udah berapa kali.
Iya lu udah berapa kali kan. Matthew suara sampai hilang, gak bisa makan, gak bisa napas.
Hah? Sampai separah itu bro?
Iya Matthew. Kan gue bilang Matthew tuh karma cok. Ngeledekin gue mulu penyakit orang tua. Lah dia kena. Seminggu, 2 minggu kemarin.
Seru banget nih.
2 minggu kemarin tuh dia gak streaming kan. Seminggu 2 minggu lah gak streaming tuh. Parah itu Yan.
Untung gak. Gue pas kurus asam lambung sih. Kayak pas badan gue gendut asam lambung gue udah capek dah.
Kalah sama keadaan kah?
Iya. Ntar lagi juga makan nih orang.
Terus sekarang gak boleh makan banyak gue. Harus makan tuh dikit.
Ah iya Mon.
Iya dong.
Jadi gue makan dikit tapi seringan.
Walah. Gini sampai separah itu anjing.
Harus makan
tapi
dikit
gue
tapi
enak
sering.
nih. Gue tadi terakhir makan ya habis live ya kan.
Terus?
belum turun-turun rasanya ini masih di tenggorokan sampai di atas lambung.
Loncat-loncat ngaruh nggak? Nggak ngaruh ya?
Agak lah.
Amandalnya bengkak juga.
Amandalnya ini kayak ada yang mau tenggorokan tuh kayak ada yang mau dikeluarin gitu tau. Ya.
Udah gitu empedu kan juga ini kan pasti kan jadi nggak enak tuh.
Gue nggak tahu dah itu.
Harus sih soalnya setahu gue bang.
Makanya gue baru dari RS, gue kayak bilang kalau obat habis ya enak nih gue ke RS lagi. Kalau belum habis pasti suruh habisin dulu, tai lah.
Iya sih.
Gue pengen opname aja tau, sumpah biar enak cepet gitu.
Disuntik ya?
Jatuhnya udah akut itu mana?
Dulu kan gue sembuhnya gara-gara opname, jadi benar-benar diatur ya semuanya.
Oh.
Bener-bener nggak boleh telat makan.
Opname mati gaya sumpah. Tapi cepet sembuhnya.
Cuma Rian pro player next stage ambil piala cuma pakai sendal. Emang iya Yan?
Enggak banyak kayaknya yang pakai sendal.
Banyak cowok lebay lo Tio. Gak usah mode jilat deh.
Pas zaman gue iya sih, gue doang belum.
Emang iya?
Iya.
Padahal lu belum nyala-nyalain viewer lu.
Mana videonya? Videonya mana video? Ada dong di YouTube. Gue gak pernah loh lihat video Rian angkat piala juga nggak ada.
Yang Singapura ada.
Nanti kita nonton lah. Ini dulu nih ntar mulai lagi.
Si Iska belum balik nih.
Nyarinya apa?
Kayaknya ADS Hong Kong gitu. ADS. Hong Kong lagi Singapura. Vlog.
Gimana cok ini?
Yang kedua berarti yang angkat piala.
Kita mencet dulu ini.
Itu tuh paling atas ya. Itu tuh bawahnya.
Agent pick cok. Taruh deh Rian. Pas break.
Masa lu juga gak masalah.
Gue penasaran, emang gue gak pernah lihat Rian angkat piala soalnya cok.
Ya tadi sekarang agent pick juga ntar lu pas dia main juga lu ketahuan agent picknya.
Iya. Di sini sudah nyuruhnya lu nyari istri. Mon.
Iya tahu, gue balas ya. Itu role-nya Serot udah ganti bukan planter lagi.
Iya. Yang kemarin yang mana pas lawan SR
Iya.
Gak ada plan. Kayak cuma sekali gitu.
Ya, yang match pertama lawan siapa? Jadi planter cok. Lawan Face ya?
The Guard.
The Guard ya. Asli pokoknya lari ngeplan mati gitu kan.
Gue bingung gimana kalau mereka ketemu optik ya, untung optik gak ikutan.
Habis.
Sedih sih gue nggak bisa lihat Sentinel di champion, sedih gue.
Lah ini juga belum tentu ada ini.
Iya makanya ini tapi masih ada chance bro.
Nggak ada suara. Gue pengen banget dah punya Valorant ini. Apa secret lab-nya cok yang champion keren banget.
Pakai RS teman.
Iya, tapi gak apa gue DCN-nya.
Hati-hati lah.
And we really haven't even seen them beat them in VCT, the actual circuit. It's been a while since we've seen 100 Thieves be able to.
Terus perut gua tuh kembung banget karena gas
ya. Last time they played, still
iyalah.
on the team. So
banyak
this is gonna be a good one, guys. We haven't been able to participate this entire year because they've been on other sides of the group. Right away, Asuna going fast. Basically, Sentinels S played. He gets away from Zelsis.
Ya mundur.
Aduh kena tembak. Mati lah.
That right click so clean to open up the series. Banks holding the tower as Asuna pushes his way forward. Back and forth here. It's a 3-3. Really not going Trey Bang just has not been cleared. 3 on the round for him. 10 falls. 100 Thieves strike first blood.
Tapi
that was a really good round for Derek specifically.
Ada Asuna masih ada.
Get much in terms of kills,
but
he set up both Asuna.
Kayaknya yang sisa Asuna sama Derek ya.
Back out of canteen and then as well.
Gue nggak tahu yang lain ya.
Held on in tower. really well.
Derek juga deh pemain lama deh One Tips kalau nggak salah.
Great patience from
Asuna Derek aja dua nih.
Going for that very
Belum di
aggressive
One
push
Tips gimana ya,
into
lupa
tree,
gua.
which Sentinels was doing a
Siapa
lot
ya?
in their game
Derek.
against
Derek.
Shopify.
Tampaknya sempat di exit deh.
And
Iya
then
nggak sih
Asus
nggak
just
salah?
falls right back,
Except
allows Sentinels to come in after spending a lot of utility trying to re-clear tree. So good pistol for 100 Thieves, and I think we're gonna go
Asuna
back
dong
and
yang
forth
dari
on
awal.
these pistol rounds.
Dari awal sih Asuna ya.
Enggak, gue pikir Asuna tuh
We'll see whether
dulu ya, gue nggak tahu kan ada Asuna Store itu sempat jual UC.
Ada anjing, gue juga tahu lagi Asuna Store.
Gue pikir itu ya.
Kenapa masih pakai chamber ya?
Masih bisa dipakai soalnya.
Apa?
Tapi kan
Tiba-tiba masih bisa
perasaan gue
dipakai.
bagaimana ya?
They're gonna fall back.
Headhunter itu dia maupun kita tembak leher tetap kena kepala.
Into Will's trademark.
Harus jongkok. Kalau jongkok nggak dari recoil ya Mon.
Bukan daya headshot itu berasa lebih gampang daripada di seri.
They get a good pinch going.
Iya.
Oh iya, gue juga ngerasa gitu sih.
Iya. Kalornya lebih gede cowok.
Still also
Ih,
some
gue
presence
ngerasa
for
kayak apa
Sentinels
ya?
inside of halls.
Gue bisa nembak kayak gitu. Perasaan gue
You're
punya
right
skill
now,
kayak gitu.
slight.
Cuma lo tau kan Yan, ini headhunter harganya jadi 150.
Iya,
Oh,
dinaikin.
150 sekarang.
Iya, jadi nggak bisa beli 8 dari awal round tuh nggak bisa beli 8, cuma bisa beli 6.
Iya, emang dinaikin.
5. Udah gitu slow orbnya jadi lebih kecil. Tuh.
Lo udah
That
masuk
trademark
ke
actually
situ.
gives them false information here. We actually have somebody in spawn already.
Ya, kalah senjata.
Ini flawless. Pagi.
Ini baba ini
Very nice stuff.
Sentinel nih.
So far on the anti.
Ini yang pilih Sentinel lagi.
Not for a second there. There should be some danger with
Belum.
Zelda.
Kita lihat nih round ini nih peran penting nih.
Past the trademark. While the KO knife got Will suppressed on the site, but
Kenapa masih pada pakai chamber ya?
thankfully it wasn't able to do too much damage.
Mungkin masih bisa dipakai,
Not the
Pablo.
biggest of deals so far here for Sentinels.
Iya cowok.
It's 2 rounds down and now they have the weapons and it's all Spectres except for Will. 300 Thieves a full bonus.
Gua aja udah kayak mau ganti agent gitu. Gak mau main lagi pakai chamber.
First 2 rounds,
Rugi
Zelda's
gitu
both
kayaknya.
first deaths. A complete shift where he barely had any against Shopify and in fact
Enak ada
had dual
trapnya
first
kali ya,
kills
masih
in
pakai.
that.
Tapi gue penasaran sama metanya ini nanti pas championnya. Meta Rex.
Tim paling asik buat ditonton.
Penasaran nggak sih ngeliatnya?
Ini bonus nih.
Will still holding that angle, smoked off, trademark. Really around here, and they're going to push their way forward. Note on the other side of the map, Tens is causing some problems over towards B. He's drawing
Atens di sini cok, dipotong anjoy. Aduh tapi timingnya.
Does he expect 2 players
Nembak.
though in arcade? Making noise now, Tens!
Yes, he does. You see the transfer not coming through, man, giving him
Ah.
a little something to think about. The Spectre
Ih
wins that
bagus
out.
banget
Now
ngebetnya
they
ya.
can turn their attention over to A. This is where the
Wah,
prize really is.
Bagus
Celsius
banget sih.
floored.
Ngapain sih?
Double swing 2 for Will.
Jadi mahal nih rondenya nih kayaknya nih.
But still a lot to play for here. We've got no molly for Shroud though.
Mati deh.
Trying to hold back, but the stun in his face is a bit too much. Asuna on the tap. See the molly starts to
Alah.
pinching around at just the right time.
Mampus.
Kalah ini.
100 Thieves, 3-0 to start us off.
I'm
Kalah gara-gara si Zelsis.
Gara-gara Celsius.
given
Iseng ya kan?
concerned 100
Bandel.
about that flank.
Bandel.
Austin actually re-cleared back through dish to check if Tens was up at that north
Tapi
side.
seni timing di Valorant tuh
And
kerap sih.
Bang and Derek took a long time over there. He actually tends
Timing
to-
is everything bro in
Lot of
Valorant.
time spent
Enggak juga sih, tapi
Celsius
AIM juga
as well.
ngaruh sih.
Double peak was really nice. So far, so good
Aim
for
bisa
100
kalah
Thieves.
sama ini.
Sama timing ya?
Oh,
So I
timing
will say as
tuh.
well, Sentinels
Tapi
were
di
right
Valorant tuh
away
nembak dari belakang lebih susah loh daripada nembak di depan-depanan loh.
Take setup from 100 Thieves.
Sama gampang, Bu.
Ah, lu yang bohong ngomong doang. Ayo main.
Iya, lu ya.
Spike not
Iya,
until
lo,
for this time around,
iya.
and it's really
Dan dia apa ya, cowok ngomong doang, cowok kena Bennett, tapi gak pernah main sama gua gitu.
a lot else. Sapper one step closer to
Ya, justru dia
Ya lu
mau
gak pernah ngajak.
Ayo.
Gua main ngajak orang tuh gua males.
Ya udah, gua bakalan sering ajak lu. Gendong lah ya sampai gua mau ascender gitu ngerasain Yan.
enggak itu Rian males ngajak lu. Gua sumpah, lu ngajak kalau main.
Dia kayaknya takut kena Pablo efek, cowok jadi culun dia.
Surprised to see them committing here, Shazam and
Gila.
Tens.
swing, flashed up. Chaz is able to
Zazam juga apa ya kayak ade-adean, cowok aimnya udah gak sakit lagi. Semenjak nggak main jet dia nih.
intents and purposes, a pretty clean round.
Lu udah belum main belum ngentot?
Very confused.
Hah?
Sentinels idea.
Itulah ya.
Lu belum main belum ngentot?
Nonton nyarian nih.
And Stalin
Gua udah
jumps off.
sering ya denger dia ngomongin.
Kalau gua mah emang nggak bisa mainin, cuma nonton doang gua.
After the 3K actually happens, are they moving from the south side, from the spawn side for the attack?
Kalau gua kan
Yeah, wondering whether
kenapa
they
ya
were
dia
actually
turun
trying
apa
to
karena
catch,
dia
you
udah
know,
emang nggak biasa
rotator or
udah nggak
something like
megang
that.
ini
Okay.
apa dan lain-lain.
Fast
Nanti
aggression
maki
here
udah dia
potentially with the
udah
flash
lagi jelek
from
dimaki-maki
Celsius.
sama dia ngentot-ngentotin lagi sama si Pablo anjing.
Real netizen, cowok.
Shaz has his rolling thunder too. We'll see if he chooses to use it.
Rian sampai ngomong gitu.
Spike is on that side
Nah
of the
itu
map.
tuh yang gua tau dia tuh
Sentinels
toxic,
dealing with
cowok.
the flank coming over. We saw him
Di?
make this play last week and it was a big
Mana ada
double.
gua
This time
toxic?
no trade
Katanya
mark.
orang-orang
Ada,
gitu.
The calls
Lah gua nonton dia di Nimo dia
back.
marah-marah cowok pertama kali.
Enggak, toksiknya Rian tuh karena kompetitif, beda hal.
Iya kan.
Sama
And with this,
toksik
actually,
sama
Shazam can
emang
hold
karena
on to that ult
kok gue bisa kalah sih ya gitu.
for the retake of the post plan. And
Ya,
even
berarti
gets
lu
a
kurang
shot on
jago
the
kalau
bank.
kalah ya kan.
Iya, kalau lu yang ngomong malas gue bacanya, lu cupu soalnya kalau lu jago gue balas dah. Lu jago gue balas lu sumpah.
Iya kan.
Malas gue
Nah,
ngegebinnya.
makanya cowok, makanya orang tuh nggak boleh pada marah sama gue yang gara-garanya itu.
Ya, orang bisa sering speechless sama dia ini gara-gara mulutnya nih.
Ah, enggak. Ini akhirnya poin pertama nih ya buat Sentinel ya. Anjing. What the fuck? Itu namanya
pasti udah mati. Kan?
And that was, I
Pasti
mean,
belum bunuh.
mention the red carpet from
Lo kan?
Shazam. Making it look like a paparazzi. Celsius was so
Anjing.
good pushing through.
anjing.
All
Tuh
blind
kasihan
and
cowok ya
spawn.
Allah.
So a really well coordinated play after we thought that we'd maybe see that ult used in the post plan to delay the defuse.
Siapa malah top nama kan?
And the retake is not successful for 100 Thieves there because of that call.
Sampai lah.
So
Itu biar cepat sembuh ya.
great job by Shazam.
Iya.
He's heading
Gua mau
up
packing
Celsius.
sekalian. Gua
He
kalau
needs to get
nama tuh
going. He was
packing
their
kan.
key
Bawa
factor
baju,
in their win against Shopify on this map.
Di infus itu soalnya enak banget tuh buat nurunin asam lambung tuh.
He's the only one over
gua.
at Dish right now.
Bawa baju ah.
Again, just kind of causing noise. Havoc, but that's all it is. While you've got Bang.
Masa yang nonton Sentinel lawan The Guard
He's been a thorn in the side.
udah bela-belain nonton slot game pertama, nonton buat bottom prack doang cowok anjoy.
To do it again. This time he has Orbital Strike to work with too. A lot of ultimates here on the side of 100 Thieves.
He's up close.
Dapet nih, kena nih, kena nih.
Get to this B side if he's going to be able to actually have a chance to use this.
Oh, the timing's also just a little bit ahead of the smoke. Now the rolling thunder out from Derek. It may be tagged one. I think Tens was over. As Bang continues to
Anjing ya sunat, what the
with the clean flick. The transfer online.
Wah,
Shaz left alone.
kelas tuh ya.
Keren tuh.
Keren ya.
And these rounds are so clean that
Asuna nih
I'm
termasuk
starting
player
to feel 100
konsisten ya
Thieves
dari
is
Malo ya.
supremely prepared for this map.
Tapi timnya kurang.
I was wondering too because I think a lot of the
Ya,
narrative
itulah.
for 100 Thieves was, you know, this first match they actually have time to prepare, and this is also the first time we actually
Warning
see
Teva.
them playing a map that they have seen before from their opponents.
Seserot kerasukan
Sentinels
Sky.
played this last week.
Aduh sakit
So, bringing out this
banget
recap
warna
as well,
tipsnya
they're hiding
aimnya.
strats from their opponents as well.
Replay sih.
And with this 5-1, I'm
Replay yang
wondering right
Asuna
now, I
tadi
think
sih.
Sean is feeling like this
Replay
is a
sih.
perfect storm.
Hoi. Nah ini nih.
The thing is, though, as perfect of a storm as it can be, we have to remember, Bala, this is not unfamiliar territory
Habis
for
ini
100
nih.
Thieves. How many times did we see them come out to
Anjing,
play
anjing.
the map and then
Udah kena
struggle
ding
to
dia
close
padahal
things
ya.
out?
Iya.
Obviously, Ascent, the most recent memory, right, where they just weren't able to get it past the finish line. So it's a cozy start now, but they can't fall asleep here. Sentinels call a timeout.
Aduh pengen ngomong
Against
ntar Rian
Razer,
marah lagi
set
cuy. Itu
map
short
for
kenapa Yan?
Razer.
Menurut lu?
You know, that was map 3. That was deep into a series already.
Main 6 round, mati 6 round, kill 0 cowok.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
Like,
Yeah.
for example, you just see a lot of the different things that they're doing at the start of the round working well, and they're never getting punished for
Ngantuk
some of those
mungkin.
ideas. This time they go
Belum bangun
for
kah?
re-aggression at the beginning where they're just putting the
ngantuk
smoke
deh.
down and spamming.
Nah, dia cuma
They're not
butuh
at risk
satu
at
kill
all.
awal
These
emang nih.
types of situations were
step
consistently
up, cowok.
falling back away from others and making sure, you know, they're making the percentage play. That wasn't happening in that phase series. This series, it really, I mean, so far, it feels that way. So I'm cautiously optimistic about the way that they're playing.
Gua kemarin nonton dia aja dicaci maki juga cok di Valorant.
Oh iya.
Interesting buy
Iyalah.
where they're gonna have a little bit of a scatter,
Yang pas lawan The Guard tuh.
with light armor. Tens will
Oh.
have the tour de force, but that's really it.
With the timeout here, I'm hoping we get to see a little bit of
Sekarang apa nih?
but they're really just
Playoff
right
shot tuh.
kind of the same arcade take, but things will clash here, and Zels is finally getting an opening. 100 Thieves with the wrong gamble.
Fast meets fast.
Udah gue nemuin airport, lumayan ada 3.
They're both committed here.
Airport.
Gue nemuin di kamar sebelah.
Oh!
Bang drops first and Shroud follows too.
Lah,
Finally,
bisa
Vision
menang
goes his
gitu.
way. Sentinels with the numbers advantage here. Shaz waiting.
nah ini Zazam.
Players just on the other
Oh,
side. Tens might clean it up himself though. Is now
Ini
smoked off.
perasaan
Shaz
gue
with
tuh gimana nih,
hunting,
susah
timing
banget
gorgeous,
mereka
the
masuknya.
kills delivered. As Will drops.
Menang pun menang merugi gitu.
map CT nih, map CT nih.
And he's not able to do much about it. The spike got planted and
Mana
Sentinels
letak
get
map
to two.
CT-nya coba?
Right out of the timeout.
Ini
I
sebenarnya
was just mentioning how I want to see some different sort of
Indahnya
take,
si
but actually,
siapa? Paper X tuh karena
hindsight,
stratnya
you're
banyak
loving
ya.
the way that this goes because they kind of read Sean Garris.
Dan mereka udah tahu mau mainin apa
suka
gitu.
They go
Rex
for a
tuh.
punish
Mereka
where
main
they
gak takut
think,
mati
okay,
anjing.
now they're gonna
Bener.
stop with
Tapi
the
karena
arcade
emang stratnya udah
flash
banyak
dash that
kasihan
Celsius is doing
kombinasinya mereka.
constantly.
Iya sih.
And so we go for an underpass
Itu
take, and
berapa kali
potentially a
nyoba
bridge
kali itu
approach
ya?
if the ideal conditions are
Ya kan kelihatannya mereka main kayak simple aja gitu, nah padahal mah enggak gila.
now maybe we'll start to see a little bit of difference, but just looking at our whole stake,
Utility-nya
nice
tuh
smoke to this
mainnya
side.
udah latihan parah itu pasti anjir.
Heard that overdrive used right off the bat. What you can do with it.
Aduh,
Oh, and Stellar swings
Astaga.
out at just the right time.
Timing.
timing.
Doesn't get much easier than that. Note Austin is going to be on the flank. There's an alarm about keeping him at bay for now. That's all they can do. The flash swings out. as
Ya.
Dapper
Ah,
tries to
Dapper
find one,
kenapa, Cok?
tries to punish something, not able to do it. Perhaps the second time's the charm is over.
Ya,
Strike
mati
comes
lagi
down,
Dapper.
Bullets open up and fire falls from the skies. Tens adds a bit of his own. It's a 2v2 here. The map goes quiet. You see Ten starting to rotate his way around. Oh, he's left Shroud here by himself.
Aduh, keburu nggak nih slot nih?
Close by. Will, too. And they just have to delay because Tens is taking ropes all the way around. If Shroud can
Aduh.
hold back long enough, Tens can make a play here. But time is not on his side. And neither is
Aduh.
Will. Look at him creeping forward. It's so clean.
He
Can
bought enough
Tens do
time.
something?
Rantingnya di situ lagi.
It's gonna be enough as Will's gonna start to get the defuse. He's gonna stick it all the way out.
Alah,
Position's been
astaga.
spotted. Austin cleans it up. 100 Thieves get 6.
I'm scratching my head about that decision. For Tens to go all the way back around. Shroud did an
Udah
amazing
bunuh dia,
job
Bro.
to get what he got in terms of time.
Ada Dapper ya, Cok?
Did, yeah.
It
Di bawahnya ya?
Masih ada Dapper.
what
Dapper.
Tens wanted to go for, which was the wraparound
Udah nih, ini habis ini dia bunuh 2 lah.
post plan.
Bunuh 3 bisa nih.
Really, really delayed. Like, if
Emang
it was
gitu,
planted right
butuh
to
awalnya doang.
the regular post plant spot,
Gila ya Asuna bantingannya ya, hah?
maybe something. But, okay. Either way, I do like the approach. They lost the first kill there. Stellar just walking up and killing Zelsis in the sand. Not even necessarily the type of player that you want to be winning those fights against one of your stars, but they're able to actually recoup and regather themselves for that.
See a little flash setup. And there it is. I hear players on the other side. Now the aftershock gonna push him back even further. No command through
Ih.
the relay.
Aduh.
Gak mati dong.
Landing as the fast lane provides just enough cover.
Kena
Austin
kaki.
not able to
Kena
do
kaki,
it.
eh.
Celsius trying to push his way forward to Dapper. Weak. Tens is fallen, but the spike has been planted. Now Bang showing up to rotate. 4v3 here. Spike ticking away. They've got something. They
Oh,
can
plannya spike ujung ya.
find their way in, but it's not going to be easy.
No smoke here from Bang, so very. Oh, also one way on top too.
Wih.
That should be the last bit of post-plant utility. There is no other damaging utility left. That's really it. Will holding the line first with the operator is going to get a shot at much more.
OP Cok, ambil OP Cok.
Certainly can't deliver.
Anjing Stellarnya headshot dong.
Clean it up.
Those are the tools that you need in that situation. Since that timeout, Sentinels coming out strong. Obviously they lost the last round, but every single one of their hits.
Kalau di bola selalu bisa dibilang anak bawang, bro. Kerjanya ngambilin bola belakang gawang.
This time the Hall's flash pressure that came in on them
Ada Mimin.
did not
Min.
work.
Min,
So
sini Min.
we actually
Sini,
have a
Min.
broken economy here for 100
Min,
Thieves.
sini,
Just
Min.
Stinger to Sheriffs.
Mimin siapa,
Light armor
Cok?
purchases, but it's
Mimin
definitely
Hamlet.
weak. So what do they have?
Siapa itu?
Mimin template.
Eco idea here. Neither of
Mimin
these teams are great in the ecos.
Melet.
Mimin.
No team
Mimin
really
siapa,
is.
Bro?
Aduh anjing, sial banget Tens matinya kayak begitu. Ampun.
With the first kill against
Hidup ya
Tens,
dia.
something that he's actually been struggling with a lot is those first kills.
Aku sih Sentinel sebenarnya Min, tapi Sentinel kayak BTR bener Cok. Langsung ngambek, langsung marah Cok.
Pretty freaking clean, maybe not flawless, but about as close as you can get
Oh,
so far.
musuhnya Icue.
And there's just no follow-up once Will gets that first shot. Because he's isolated, there's not even any utility really to help him successfully hold any angle really at all. So huge round also for Shazam. He's got his ult online now.
Ini Min DC Rian.
Obviously a lot of execute potential here.
Cemara.
We're at 4 now for Sentinels. What looked like a
Ya mah tinggal
crazy
dia
good half from
nanya
100
dong,
Thieves. All of a sudden it feels like confidence.
Basa-basi doang ya.
And so we're gonna see
basa-basi itu nanya.
100 Thieves
Bacot
timeout.
tuh kan. Aku tahu kalau lagi pusing wah.
Recovery has been phenomenal. I mean, since that timeout from Sentinels.
Yeah, I think they've lost what?
Kenapa Mimin pusing, Man?
Since then, it's really just been all Sentinels.
Pusing
the rest of
aja.
the way.
Apa ada nggak ada
Again,
masalah
we've
dia
seen now
pusing.
100 Thieves calling a timeout. Well, you were almost like, you could almost feel
Mimin kalau ada masalah nggak pusing ya. Kalau nggak ada masalah malah pusing dia nih.
They've lost the last couple of rounds. This was the time. If you're going to call a timeout, try to salvage the situation before you. This was the time to do it. We'll see how they adjust.
Ya bisa menang deh Sentinel nih.
Kamu 3 hari.
Round that we just saw
Bisa jadi sih nomor PB ini.
broken round that I think we've seen the entire half, right?
Yeah. Well, in terms of
Baru
economy,
pulang ke Pri.
yeah.
100 Thieves. Kills stabil.
Mudahan diterima sama dokternya ya.
Well, they'll put together a buy again and we'll go back to normal, but I think
Lu jangan naik mobil, Mon.
one of the changes they've made,
Kenapa?
the adjustments that they've
Naik
made,
Grab, udah sampai nggak bisa nyetir nih gitu. Baunya kunci mobil doang.
Enggak, gue sering kok bro bawa
And I
mobil
think
sendiri
they
ke sana.
have to revert.
RS mana Man biasa Man?
They struggle a
Kenapa?
little bit on that
Pondok
game
Indah.
Mana
specifically.
Permata hijau udah langganan gue.
Not Bang's fault at all. It's just the setup that they're going for. We're not
Sampai
actually
orang GD
effective in
apel
denying
gue
any
ya.
sort of control in halls.
It's really interesting here, yeah.
Perut lagi
Heavy
mas.
stack towards A.
Look at how Asuna can run away from any sort of pressure here. And so they've barely invested anything in holding halls, but they've already gotten 2 smokes down from Shroud and a stun from Zelsis. The cooldown for Shazam is off, and a KO ult from Dapper too. So right now, a great success for 100 Thieves.
Ya, gue
That
lupa
just
bawa
throws the
ikat nih.
brakes on the whole thing.
Ikat nih number 1.
See what Sentinels can do here. What utility do they still have? They had a little bit of smokes. See Shaz setting up for something, waiting for that to come through. Now they're
Rolling Thunder.
It's gonna split people up. It's just Asuna's left on the side, and
Aduh.
so he's able to take care of one.
Great
Splits up
ball.
the fast lane, repositions.
Iya aja nggak kena
And it's
siapa-siapa
just
itu.
delay. It's just buying time.
Iya anjir.
How much time can they buy? You just saw Bang smoke off anything
Yeah.
towards A. Tens has already died, so that's not going to be a factor. The flash shot is Asuna dropped in
Tuh,
trouble.
Mimin dah kasih sini kan?
Too many targets before him. He's able
Mimin
to
tuh
take
apa
one
lah
back
itu?
for weak. Behind the wall, 41 HP.
Wih,
Knife
dia
to cover
cek
things up. Will still holding the op. It's just Dapper and Shaz.
Wih anjing dapet.
That might just be
Bisa nih.
Shaz in a 1v2. Seven.
Wah.
Aduh dia malah nge-pick
And that's
loh.
all it was. Derek cleans it up at the end. I thought for a moment Shaz was going to be able to hit those.
Zelsis
But it was
tau.
too much.
2 players stacked on top of each other. Very difficult. And a success for 100 Thieves there. Complete success. Sentinels, what felt like, definitely an A push fast. Once they didn't get anything from that Halls push from Zelsis, it didn't feel like they had a real
100
follow-up.
Thieves.
So they just go right back into
9888
hitting and reacting after cutting a
Lagi
little bit
rata
of noise.
Lagi
Make sure they
rata.
control the back lines.
Serot
No
nggak
flanks
mungkin
are
kan
coming.
nggak di bawah kan?
Wih.
That
Lagi di bawah
is a
Man.
little readable.
Iya kan?
Paling bawah.
Masih ya tetap sesuai ekspektasi.
Tried as his ult this
Iya.
round. Last round
Waduh.
of the
Tuan Tobi tidur Tuan Tobi.
They've
Ini
never
Mimin
really
cok.
followed up with actually dish hits after taking control of it.
Baru
they're
nyampe
using
Jakarta, Min.
balls here for 100 Thieves.
We actually saw this hit out of drop a couple of times. First Sentinels, the drops out from smoke, the fast lane to provide some cover. Now Zelsis goes hunting. The spike has been planted.
Apa, Wak?
It's just going to be chaos on this southern side of the map. You see
Dugem Wak, ini mau jalan.
from opposite
Hah,
sides.
Derek dapat 2.
Able to get a couple. There's that orbital strike this time from Bang.
Mau nginep gua.
continues to cause problems. Zealous is weak, has the tuck tail, has to run for defenses and find cover around Dapper.
Dereknya dapat Zaza sama Ten, Syok. Dibanting dong berarti tadi barusan.
Hold this angle and keep them back. Dapper's able to take care of one, but he gets traded out. And Dapper doesn't get the second. The swing out from Will.
What
is
the
too
fuck?
clean.
Really nice job from Will. Defuse would come in, and that's an 8-4 half from 100 Thieves. That was a dangerous situation for them to go into. Like I said, Sentinels never really went that damage and followed up onto that site.
Fortunately, it goes well for 100 Thieves.
Betul kan ya, kalau aku ketawa gini-gitu Pak. Bahas yang mana?
Sabar. Gimana dulu?
Aman lah. Yang terakhir itulah. Enggak.
Banyak loh.
Enggak yakin itu loh.
Enggak kok itu enggak aman itu aman.
Marah aja Mimin.
Aman.
Mana cowok anjing cowok rumah.
Kenapa gua?
Dibikin keteguhanku goyang, Min.
Anjing lah.
Tapi bukan kok katanya.
Ibarat kalau masuk bar es krim itu udah goyang kok habis kok kena puter-puter kok sama penyidik itu.
Kau di mana, Min?
Aku di baru sampai Tangerang. Tadi malam sih.
Hah?
Baru bangun.
Udah kemarin kau nyampe.
Alah, tadi.
Bukannya udah kemarin kau nyampe.
Ngapain balik, Min?
Aku bermasalah ini waktu gaming bar.
Narkoba paling.
Gaming barmu bermasalah.
Iya, yang punya ruko tuh inilah main-mainin aku. Emosi juga aku.
Kenapa?
Barang-barangku ditahan, terus aku udah bayar lunas. Kan aku nggak lanjutin kan? Aku udah bayar lunas. Terus dibilang nggak lunas. Memang yang terakhir tuh, yang pertama kali aku transfer nggak aku screenshot kirim ke dia. Jadi dia dimain-mainin dia aku. Yang ngurus kan adekku. Habis adekku di ini dia lah, direndahin dia di sana, makanya emosi pulang aku. Jumpa lah sama aku macam ayam pula dia, babi betul.
Pakai duit itu sih, Min, bangunnya, Min.
Iya lu orang charity
malah dipakai buat itu, Cok. Makanya kan ada aja, Min, urusannya.
Gak berkah, Min.
Jauh lah aku dari sifat-sifat gitu.
They have looked pretty good on this
Apa, Min?
map. They're gonna have a chance to see if they can keep back.
Boleh,
Tapi udah aman sekarang, Min.
Udah.
And I really liked the
Barang-barangnya di situ udah balik.
for Celsius
Udah.
on this defense. Obviously, everybody on their mind right now, attack side for 100 Thieves. It did not go well in their last map, in their last hour.
Udah, Yan.
And that's why they're in the lower
Apa?
bracket right now.
Udah, Yan.
If it wasn't for that, potentially,
Gua bantu jawabin, Yan.
Dia udah jawab tadi.
Udah jawab dia.
Nah itu lah,
instead they find
Montana itu.
themselves here in a classic matchup.
Wih, Tensnya jaga angle-nya.
Kayak banget seluruh headhunter.
Iya, anjir, tappingnya begitu.
Shazam finds one though through the smoke on somebody trying to cross that
Bisa
stellar.
satu. Bisa lah one tip satu sama Tens.
Aku pikir bayar tebusan kemarin, Min.
Kayaknya sensinya ketinggian dah, Cok.
Tensi orang dikomentarin anjing, waktu ini emang anjing. Yan, lu jadi pro player ya, terus balik lagi Yan, dia di bagian suka komentar, lu inget-inget aja lu.
Yeah, that
Geli-geli gue deh mah.
Makanya yang bener ya, main dulu.
The retake of Sands from 100 Thieves was responded to so well from Sentinels. Again, you see them falling back into positions where they're not able to get traded. And then you have the fault line from Shazam, a counter flash again. And we have them top the rope instead of spawn exit. And crunching. That was destruction.
Tapi sabar ntar gue cerita.
Oh, boleh.
Like I said, I think the pistols are going to be really close this series.
Ya udah, gua turun dulu sana, lu cerita, ntar tarik gua lagi ya kalau udah ya.
Ntar ya.
Gampang
itu.
Kalau mau tidur aja belum langsung mati.
Iya ya. Wah, dapat nih Celsius.
Rapi banget satu lawan berapa?
Masa yang nggak es ya kan?
Ya ampun, dapat 2 anjing.
Satu doang ya? Dapur satu lagi yang dapat ya?
Spectres now. Actually, the gun situation is evened out. Just the HP. Shroud with the flank. Shroud.
Mau kemana, Komon?
Sets right now. He's just making sure
Mau
they get
jalan-jalan,
out the
ikut
backside.
jemput.
Golden venturing.
Santai, baru sampai aku.
It's a good kill. He'll back up now.
Jam
Gets the
segini
advantage.
santai
Puts down one of those.
Shot lagi lah lawan. Ih, malah mundur anjir.
Ini
Regroups.
cok, anak Bang Pen. Apa namanya ulang tahun Abang Pen?
Tanggal
berapa sih?
14 ya?
Minggu.
Oh, aman gua harus udah keluar. Jam berapa itu? Aing tanggal 14-nya malam live gua.
What a great flash from Shroud as well. From Shazam.
Hari ini.
Bro, PMBA tuh diundur September kok ya grand final ya, bro.
Iya, anjir.
Berarti aman dong misalnya nanti agak lama ya.
Aman.
PMBL diundur belum?
PMBA beda ya.
Oh, gue denger PMBL.
Berarti live-nya bisa lama belum ya?
Bisa lama.
Belum, berarti yang gue nontonin, gue bulan depan ada disuruh nobar tanggal 8910 atau 789 gitu, apaan belum?
Ya sih.
Saya ya.
Nggak jadi tuh.
I really do feel like the culture shift has finally occurred here with Sentinels.
Iya.
Udah ini lagi ngomongin PUBG Mobile kan pas GTA aja ikut campur ntar.
Kita satu ini kok. Satu apa namanya? Satu mama.
Satu frekuensi ya.
Udah beda dia ya.
Oh nggak jadi Min?
Nggak jadi kan sih
Tuh. Ini kalau si Asuna masuk aja ya. Dan si Celsius gak bisa masuk ya, mati mulu.
Live stream patah-patah belum? Discord-nya.
Iya, bentaran patah-patah.
Dikit kali dikit. Jumping.
So you can use his molly in the post plant. All 5 players in the halls, which could be disastrous.
Wah, kita
nah.
Sombong. Emang orang sombong nih beda circle ya.
Iya. Kalau kata Abi tuh udah beda circle, Cok. Mimin nih.
Wajar sih, udah kena ini.
Iya kan, Mon.
Wih.
Kena barang haram kan.
Wah, besok.
Tirane.
Haram meme kau memang.
Nah tuh, kita bilang barang haram, dia bilang meme.
Wih. Jam 10 mau rapat cok sama revival.
Apa?
Beda kan circle-nya nyari tuan sendiri.
Iya.
Kok anjing Mon ini duit kau juga nih anjing.
Mana ada yang ngajak-ngajak.
Iya.
Duan cok tidur.
Tuh kan.
Ayo men, ayo.
Kita kan.
Udah bener cok. Mimin udah beda circle cok.
Circle. Emang ada merapat apaan belum? Nggak ada kan?
Nggak ada.
Parah Mimin yang anjing.
Ya kalau gue sih nggak tahu ya. Apa nggak baca grup gitu kan? Suka nggak baca grup.
Udah bunuh 6 belum?
Hah? Oh iya tadi masih button break kan?
Iya sih, cuman sengaja naik lah.
Itu dapet tadi gara-garanya hoki aja tuh running gun 3 orang tuh.
Masih kurang ya.
Ya ampun kok begitu banget. Lah, Thrifty kah? Astaga, Thrifty flawless anjing.
Where did all these? I mean, they had no money. Where did all those kills come from? You stuck around for a long time after TP's out getting stunned. All that pressure from arcade.
Mana cepet banget lagi.
Kira-kira bareng dah itu dah.
Iya. Ini replay nih. Zazam. Lah.
Kan satu di Kelvin, tiba-tiba 3 aja.
Arcade-nya kosong, Cok. Nggak ada yang jaga ya kan?
Oh, bimbinnya mati dua-duanya.
Wah, Thrifty-nya sakit sih.
Sama-sama ngulti. Siapa yang menang?
Siapa yang nembak tadi? Si Will ya?
Will.
Nge-lag, Cok. Yan?
Oi?
Berhenti dari sononya.
Dari sononya. Coba lu lihat chat.
Singular map.
Oh enggak. Internet lu kayak.
Internet kah?
They have all the time in the world right now to try to figure out
Apa ya?
what's going on, but we actually haven't seen many of these slow defaulty rounds from either side.
Lah. Ini pakainya apa nontonnya, Yan?
Gua auto sih biasanya.
Maybe that's how they choose to go their way out here. They're just waiting. Oh, they understand.
Kurikian.
The guy was a sitting duck. There was no
Naikin
way
lagi.
out.
Oh, dan ini udah bagus nih.
And there's actually no utility used to drop out of that same spot. In fact, they just get picked off.
Ini menurut gua
Spike's still gonna go down here for Bang. Hands up top tower. You see Stellar waiting right beneath him. They're all coming over. They're all in droves. You see this 2-2 setup coming in as the null command comes through. Orbital strike gonna follow. Where's the
dapat
entry? How do
dapper.
they get in? Is that it? Is it Will falling?
Ya ampun.
Doesn't give anything up. 3v2 here. It's actually a 2v2 as
Oke.
Dapper falls. Bang's gonna have to do it himself. He's already
Wah, di N anjing bete banget.
He's got the orbital strike too. Is he just gonna use it for the post plane? He is. Chaz tries to get it to half. I believe he did, but
Dapat
that's all
gak?
he was
Dapat half
good
gak?
Dapat half, dapat.
Tens with the op. He's just gonna have to be forced into the play. Bang has the molly.
Menang.
And Tens is just gonna get cooked up, but he holds
Gak
it.
apa-apa
He
lah.
gets the defuse.
Mahal
Bang
banget
gets the kill,
anjing.
but the round goes Sentinel's way.
So close from Bang as well. If he pops that out slightly faster, Shazam doesn't get half. I mean, the margin was so slim for Shazam's
Gila,
death there.
pengorbanan tuh ya half tuh ya, nggak dilepas ya.
Iya.
And Sentinels brings it back somehow.
Dilepas no time tuh.
Tens gets credit for that 1v1. He just sticks it. And now we're going to get another 100 Thieves timeout, the last.
Lapar lagi.
And I think for good reason, that round, a little chaotic.
But so close all the same, man.
They're struggling in these post lines when
Apa
normally
ya,
they're
slot sama
really,
dapper
really
nih.
good once they get the spike.
Duaan maju.
And it's because Sentinels is doing such a good job actually countering the setup that they go for.
Ayo.
So
Slot
even
bisa
with
nih
no
naik
prep,
nih.
Shazam is reading them very
Masih
well.
ada 9.
And they're also, I mean, they're
11,
putting
12.
themselves in the same situation over and over again too. Let me not.
Ya bisa 7 round, 8 round
Ini
lah.
paling banyak bro.
Presence that they
Apa?
go for over and over
Artinya
again.
paling banyak lo lihat. Di antara semuanya, di antara 99.
9 iya. Jauh lagi kan.
Ih, 15.
15. Di tim ini 13 beda 2. Sama yang lain rata-rata beda 4 dah ya. Beda 4 beda. Ya lah. Aduh.
So far on this defense at least.
Bad decision kah buat Srot buat balik main nih?
Enggak lah. Orang udah dapet tuan kok.
Iya sih.
Time. Sentinel ada win-win soal ini nih. Win-win dua-dua.
Win-win ya.
Iya. Sentinel win. Riote win-win. Riote
Win
win-win.
juga. Wah, paling win ya Riot lah. Karena kan sekarang belum franchise ya, belum dibayar sama Riot kan?
Iya belum.
Masih Sentinel yang bayar kan?
Fake. It also gets Asuna inside of spawn.
Anjing tajam banget cok Asuna cok. Gila sensinya gede banget kan ini orang ya?
Iya gede-gede, sensinya gede.
Hah?
Iya,
Najis
gede.
anjing.
You still got Shroud and you still have Zelsis who are playing at B.
He's gonna use this smoke fading to try to get a kill, even things up.
The Spectre from that distance.
Kenapa sih komentatornya suaranya gede kecil tau gak lu?
Target, no. Repositions.
Asuna has his ult too. He can really
Ya.
if he wants to.
Apakah ini yang ke-16 cok?
And of course, he's the one who's going to creep his way forward. You see him top.
Ditompoin sama Srot aja.
Long in a position to actually use his fast lane.
Oh, nice. Aduh, hampir.
Oh anjing Derek.
Aduh, Derek, gila.
Hah?
Tens is left alone.
Gak mungkin lah Tens kalah cok.
Oh, the
Kalah.
time just narrowly going 100 Thieves way, and the shot from Will cleans it up. 100 Thieves hang on to a 2-round
Gila
lead.
Derek. Ngeri banget.
Ngeri banget ya.
Great
Kasih lihat
fake
ya.
as well. Great way to actually get the first kill for Asuna. Set up at the top here, right through the smoke with his fast lane. Very, very fast. Shazam's just caught rotating, thinking that potentially it's a sand crunch.
Gila ya. Ada kasih POV-nya Derek ya.
Crazy that Derek is able to actually recover 2 kills there, just popping through that smoke too.
Yeah. Sentinels once again broken. 3 ultimates to work with, but not much else. Once again, investing on clearing the northern side of the map. 4 members from Sentinels up there right now.
Because Sentinels actually went for a full buy after that round where
Udah dong,
everybody
infonya udah
died.
masuk dong berarti.
They got the defuse. Forced to save here, and they went for a north side crunch that didn't find them any space. 100 Thieves has the site for free. But once again, we're in this position where they're going to fall back into halls.
Mereka mau mati sama Spec kah?
With this, for Sentinels, they have to answer, how many ultimates do we really want to drop here? Shaz can do something with that Rolling Thunder. Zelsis perhaps with his overdrive can make something happen. But if they're going to do it, they're going to have to do it soon.
Broke the knife too.
We go, you see a couple of flashes coming out from Stellar and Derek, and now the swing. Nothing doing quite yet. Asuna still on top.
Gila! What the fuck? Oh,
Gila.
gila. Oh, ini kelas banget Asuna anjing.
Poker.
Those shots were so
Gila, keren.
Keren. Yang ini kelas banget sih.
Target just knocking them down.
What the? Anjing spray transfernya, cok. 1, 2, 3.
Kepala semua lagi belum.
Iya, anjing sih. Jeez.
Final kill too against Shazam. That was beautiful. And of course there was
That was beautiful, benar-benar, cok. Anjing.
Very easy opponents to kill.
Clean anjing.
Now's the real round that matters a lot here for Sentinels. They've got to bring it back.
Ya lagi bunuh bot di training anjing.
The trap play is continuing. Past what you expect.
Gitu aja susah anjing. Buat itu training.
Iya, ini lawan Sentinel lagi.
Sentinel, aduh.
You saw Will just use the rope, use the sound cue, and that could have baited them.
Orang terakhirnya siapa tadi? Zazam kan? Bukan Trot kan? Zazam, Jo.
They don't know that he's still here.
Walkabouts too underneath.
Ini kalau nggak menang, kalau di round ini bye-bye lah nih Sentinel, cok.
Also worried about something still lurking in halls.
Go the fast lane, and it's all just a pump fake. They're starting to pull back, but they haven't gained a ton of space towards A either.
Oh anjing di pura-pura.
And Shazam is bit. So is Shroud. He's left.
Pura-pura di rotate, cok. Fake rotate, anjoy.
Shroud close by, but Tens.
Nggak sih, tapi ini Tens make moment sih nih. Serius nih Tens nih.
Waiting to see what he can find. The odds staring right out, but it's actually Shroud who sidesteps, finds an angle to work with, and gets the kill that he needs. Numbers still in favor of Sentinels, and it's gone from bad to worse for 100 Thieves. As on the spam, the smoke, the flash, but perhaps way too much before him. One enemy remaining. Stellar and Will, it's actually just Will. 13 seconds left. He's got the spike, but he's well out of time. He's got more problems before him right now than there are Reaver giveaway tweets to choose from. Surely.
Ya, bete banget, bete. Ambil OP, cok.
Must-win round goes in Sentinel's favor, and there is a true chance here at this point. But the bank is strong.
Miskin lagi.
So a lot to get through, and Sentinel's still in that
Bisa.
period of time where they need to be winning these rounds cleanly. And I don't even necessarily think that the hold was great there, but 100 Thieves definitely hesitated.
Zelsis pakai ulti aja, cowok.
Not necessarily even hesitating, but just kind of not showing commitment to that fake.
Kena sih kalau enggak.
Nggak kena anjir nembak ke sono.
Smokes to take that site. They did pull Shaz off, but okay, control now game 2.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is the first time 100 Thieves are pushing into what has been the common resistance from Sentinels in this exact same spot. Asuna with reckless abandon.
Serot, cok. Ya ampun.
Ya langsung mati 3, 4.
4, astaga.
Dapper's gone gray and he just has to watch.
Apa ya, cok, tiba-tiba begini amat.
He's gotten it down to a 1v1. Is this a vintage Tens moment? Can he do it? Holding the angle, the crosshair steady. The moment heavy and the shot goes wide. Can he do it with the headhunter? No, not yet. 45 HP, he has to push his way forward.
Anjing.
100 Thieves with the Red Bull clutch.
Again, Derek with another clutch. Another 1v1. And it looked for sure. I mean,
Mati 18-19 malah.
good for those shots, but the jiggle's just so solid.
Kalau udah bagus dia ya.
Shot.
Bener-bener shoot.
And then the second one too off the other side, the elevation.
Miss itu anjing.
Derek just floating in the center. And that's match point, and that's money broken too for Sentinels. That might be map. That might have been the dagger.
Gila mati 19 anjing.
Dari 21 ron.
Derek has been phenomenal in the clutch. Mel and the desk touched on it as well. This guy has been absurd. 10 clutches so far in the tournament. 8 clutches in a series against FaZe. That is absurd number.
Miskin gak sih Sentinel?
Matches alone.
Miskin harusnya.
Miskin kan harusnya nih.
He's just so consistent in those
Tapi oke lah. Telar sama Slot ya mirip-mirip lagi. Jadi emang seru ini berarti.
We'll see though. I mean, plenty of match still to play, plenty of time. One thing though is that the rest of 100 Thieves, while Derek has been clutch, hasn't. He's actually carrying their entire clutch rate. There's only been 2 other clutches so far in those matches too. And while he's been getting a lot of attempts, he's been
ada ulti tahu. Gimana sih?
Ultinya cepet habis sih soalnya bro.
Oh, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel. All it ends as a bucky.
Iya tapi ngepus cowok. Begitu ada baru pakai ulti gitu kan.
Pakai bucky anjing.
Where do 100 Thieves choose to go here? Sure enough, it is just
13-9 lah udah nih bro.
Right now. He's got the rendezvous to be able to get back to safety with his teammates.
Dapat satu. Anjing. Di saat begini.
Gonna keep them at bay. The spike hasn't gone down. The overstrike is gonna delay for even longer. They
Lah.
forward again. The bucky was there, but it doesn't get any value.
Or flash here for Zelsis.
There's the flash to drop down. Zelsis gets a kill. It's just so effortless in those situations. The overdrive come through as Asuna swings back around. So many targets before him. He's got to look left.
Menang Yan.
Bang's gonna have to do it himself. And here we go. Molly's.
Anjing.
Aduh, ding lagi.
That hurts. Zelsis and Shaz in this 2v1. Can Bang do anything about it?
Zazam cowok.
He's already gotten it to happen. He's just gonna stick it the whole way. Shaz with the shot. Looks like yeah, it was actually Zelsis who cleaned it up at the end.
Masa ya OT bro?
Hah? Enggak, kayaknya enggak sanggup. Tapi miskin gantian enggak? Oh, enggak.
Enggak. Lumayan sih itu sellernya miskin.
Much value Zelsis is consistently getting falling out past that rope.
Berani enggak Icue?
Berani. And it's something that Sentinels has fixed since that Shopify game.
Ngelek cok observernya.
But he was going dry a lot of the time, so clearly the VOD review paying off and Sentinels fixing mistakes.
Hah?
4 guns now, and they actually have really driven with Justice State with the movement that he has.
Enggak, soalnya mati itu jomplang banget bro.
Iya mati jomplang ya.
Iya.
Ten's relying on the headhunter right now against Asuna. We've already seen how difficult it can be to hit this jumping guy.
All it took was a flash to push him off the angle.
Tens masih pakai baki apa ya cok?
You can re-explore that way. Note the trademark.
Miskin berarti bro.
Dia miskin tapi bentar satu orb lagi deh ini tuh dapat OP.
Now the question is, what do Sentinels do in reaction to that? And still with that bucky. But it seems like the hit is going to be B.
Super curious here how
Mana mouse gue guys?
rolling thunder on the execute. And if they read whether they're going to play on site, a lot of times there's that mind game of we have certain ults will play off site to preemptively play against it, but Flash actually setting up Dapper. They're going to reflash.
Nice moment anjing. Zelsis. Zelsis bunuh 3 cok. Balas sih.
Masa ya nggak es ya kan?
Iya kan balas sih. Harga diri bro. Anjing Dapper bangsat.
Dapper gimana?
Apalah cok Dapper ini cok.
Kan ada 13-11 ini bro.
What is the money for 100 Thieves? A couple.
Masa sih?
Economy players, but they should be able to get a full buy at least. Here's Zelsis round.
Anjing piercing cok.
What?
Dapper tai lah, bukan dikasih es balas gitu kan. Ih, betul-betul
I thought it was like, I thought it skipped the frame.
Ya, Tens pakai operator, Cok. Udahlah, Cok. Ini kalah bener 13-11-an.
Match point for Hunted Thieves, overtime for Sentinels.
Yeah. It's gonna be a heavy hit in towards B. No aggression from Sentinels.
Tensi kegedean, Cok. OP-nya mesti turun 0,2 dah.
Kentot ngajarin anjing. Si ngajarin Tens lu babi.
Cok. Agak miring ke kiri soalnya ya. Gue nonton di TikTok anjing.
Initial hit doesn't go their way. How do they want to go about this? Ult out, Will not able to get the kill. The leader for Sentinels up and Dapper gets another. They've got numbers.
Tuh ngapain berduaan jaga di itu sih?
The only two that remain, they still have the spike and they still have some time, but you've got Tenzu's waiting around on the flank. Well, the timing goes way. Stellar's been spotted. He still swings up. He still challenges. Oh, it's chaos in the round. The flash in Stellar's face as they're trying to drop down on, but
Ya elah.
he's the one who goes up top.
Oh,
He's the
hampir
one who
aja.
goes for the fight. Derek, 1v2. Clutch King in a position to do
Oh, teblo.
Overtime is in the cards.
Ote lo Yan.
The first map
Oh,
of Hunted Thieves,
Slotnya
Sentinels
beban gitu aja OT ya?
this year.
Hah? Iya ya.
We go to overtime. The first time we see these two teams and
12-20,
it
Cok.
feels like they're neck and neck.
Masih OT.
It really does. The mid-round calling for Sentinels, phenomenal as always. A
Tapi
lot of
rondenya
people started
ketat sih.
questioning it a lot of this year, but for good reason. I mean, they went 0-5 in stage 2. Looked like the project was over. And here we stand, revitalized.
Aduh, ini Will pakai operator nih. 12-13 menang ini Yan, Sentinel.
Will with an investment. Glass cannon up on chamber.
Pagi-pagi.
Lah, Hunted lah menang lah.
Something you would have never seen in stage 2, but
Lebih layak mana Natif kah?
20 and 15 right now. Here's back to that defensive side as well.
Ini Sentinel ketemu Peprak sih dibantai bisa-bisa Sentinel anjing.
Masa iya enggak lah, Cok.
Iyalah, anjing kelas itu gila loh.
Masa?
Iyalah, gak ada tetai Sentinel.
Parah banget, Cok.
Late round pinch on the south side. I think this before here comes.
The flash is out, but it's
Tuh
so
kan.
well handled.
Alah, astaga.
He's not able to find anything, and yeah, Bang presses on the other side to equalize things back their way, but surely they were looking for more than that.
Can't cross this trip here. Doesn't have the wall either to actually use it this round. 50 seconds. This might be the latest round we've gone. Bang on the flank. He'll catch Celsius if he goes any further.
If he looks. And he doesn't look. Celsius gets it, but once again, Will
Diimbangin lagi.
tit for tat as kills continue to go both ways. Now a 3v3 here with 30 seconds left. The operator still in the hands of Will to spam through the smokes. The Sentinels have done well to at least get on to B. They're going to get the spike down too. And how fitting that it's going to be a fight for retake to keep this thing going. Spike ticking away. Eric playing on the other side of the smoke as Hunter Thieves slowly creep their way forward. Worry about time here though as it continues to tick away. Amali and Flash as they swing out.
Nice banget. Anjing. Tajam-tajam ya aimnya nih orang-orang nih ya. Tensinya pada pas, Cok. Ya menang ini ya Sentinel sumpah dah.
An advantage for them now in overtime against the half that they were so successful at. This is where the comeback
Kalau
started
Hunted
for them.
Thieves menang 2 round kelar ya. Kalau Sentinel menang 3 round kali
First
ya.
half was 8-4 for Hunted Thieves.
Tiga map.
Their defense. So losing that defensive
Menang,
round
Cok.
right off the bat here in overtime.
Sentinel nih,
has got
Bos.
to put them in a situation where they think this game is really, really easily losable. Sentinels have got this.
Celsius punggungnya
In a
berat bro.
round right now.
Hah? Celsius.
Punggungnya Celsius berat.
It's in their grasp.
Ngangkatnya serot anjing. Itu ya Yan.
Itu seret lagi digendong gitu Mas Celsius.
Dari kemarin sih. Tapi kemarin sempet shot kill 30 loh.
Itu si Srot dead frag, Cok.
To change what seems inevitable.
Matinya tapi mendekati bro, udah gak jauh-jauh banget tuh liat lo. Asunnya 18, Stellar 19 tuh.
Iya.
Tadi kan jauh banget beda.
Tadi beda 4, beda 5 ya kan?
Iya.
Iya sekarang lumayan ya. Latens lupa beli cok. Oh belum, time out.
Super important here. We get another timeout and overtime for both teams.
Siapa tuh kemarin yang main di final? Lupa beli anjir.
Iya, ada gitu.
Ada lupa beli. Siapa guys ya? Sumpah nggak beli, tapi untung menang cok.
Oh.
Ronde terakhir siapa ya?
Sentinels with a heavy push to the southern side of B, the same look we've seen a couple of times, but there's no one there. In fact, Hunter Thieves want to go.
Ya ampun.
Flashes there, but Dapper gets dropped. Contents find any success.
Kembali lari ya, Asunnya itu.
Iya anjing.
Dua dapat.
Ya 13 sama.
So fast too. And they have no clue. It's completely silent.
Wih, dapat 2 dia. Zelsis-nya. Aduh. Oke, slot kita lihat.
Direct nge-picknya ribet. Kok suarain game-nya delay bro?
Hah?
Di gue suarain game-nya delay.
Masa sih?
Coba gue ini. Coba lu stream ulang dah.
Gue disconnect dulu ya.
Iya, stream matiin. Nyalain lagi.
All the room to work within the world. When you swing out like that and you've got a couple players, this will have to be a Shroud moment if he wants to pull this off.
Bisa nggak diklat cok?
18 HP, very little time, and way too many targets to deal with. We dance again.
I mean, that would have been the top post on Reddit of all time.
Bukan sih.
King of Reddit.
Bukan kemarin loh. Ya LCQ apak itu loh.
It hasn't necessarily been the same performance
bukan
we
di
saw
LCQ
against
di
Shopify from him, but still.
Di master ya? Apalah guys?
Right now, 13-13.
Ada nggak beli senjata pokoknya.
This is where 100
iya, Rerki dia sih itu.
I mean, they cannot start losing these defensive side rounds. If they do over and over, I mean, you're seeing the Sentinels win written all over this map.
It's going to be heavy aggression defensively, and look at that. They've stunned up 4, but there was a bit of utility drop right back, and now the flash, the relay bolt, they get the space back. Asuna can't see a dang thing. He falls.
And once again, the double arcade aggression for both teams goes in Sentinels' favor.
Jadi panjang.
Hunter Thieves just not winning that at all, and they've lost Asuna, the guy who's been on fire for them.
Iya.
Towards the tail end of this game.
Bener, mau ini mau ketemu Paperek mau dijadiin tai ini Sentinel anjing.
Barely got anything for it too. Shroud does only have 1 smoke.
Bisa kelojotan ya?
Iyalah, panik dia pasti lawan Paperek anjing.
UltraGaming nih bos.
Lawan Boom aja menang Boom ini yakin gua.
Anjing yang bener lu Yan.
Iya.
High pace roller derby to start the round to a very quiet, very tactical, methodical chess match. All within the same round. I mean, you're not hearing a single thing go across the map.
Oh, Ten's actually hoping that smoke that didn't go down. He might have been able to fake them out. He's still gonna go for it though, but Bangs inside should be an easy.
Mati lah Tens. Ih menang anjing.
Maybe not easy, but the kill does come through in favor of Tens. Now you see the utility of the through. You see Sentinels have gotten established control of the site. They've gotten the spike down, and now they have the numbers advantage. Will and Derek still alive. Derek's gotten 1 already, and he's just so consistent in these situations. Derek with the ball in his hand, he's having to hold it, and he's just going to hold it the entire way. And the first shot's still going.
Derek gila.
Derek.
What kind of flick was that?
Anjing.
The defuse was secured, but that was still.
Ngeri.
It's magic from Derek at this point.
Ngeri.
2 versus 3, and they pull it off.
Derek konsisten banget bro.
Iya anjing.
Di round-round yang penting
krusial
gitu
ya.
loh. Iya, round-round
mentalnya anjing.
But once again, so slow. And you're right, the defuse was secured, but still, I mean, puts him down. Shaking his head too. He knows how freaking good he is.
Ya 4 kill.
Feeling it like that.
Ini direct sih MVP-nya sih.
100 Thieves once again find themselves on map point. Once again in a position to put Sentinels away on their map pick. They've struggled to close maps out.
15-13 kayak ini.
Kayaknya sih bro. Semoga.
Hasn't been a full crumble.
Ini kalau dilihat di taruhan emang ini cowok di betnya One of the Tips lebih diunggulin dah daripada Sentinel.
Iyalah.
Konsepnya gimana nih?
Itu mau nge-fake bro, jadi dikira lewat.
Important here that they're not really spending. Oh my goodness. Celsius with the fast flank.
Aduh, parah banget, Cok. Celsius ngapain deh, Cok?
Untung aja.
Swing out from tens, equalizes it back. Shroud playing on the other side of this box, and they may not know where he is. They don't know one, but that's all it is.
Lagi.
30 seconds left.
3v3 here. Members of 100 Thieves weak.
Tens yang ngeplank, Cok.
He gets another.
Menang Yan, 14-14 Yan. Bukan Derek, bukan Asuna yang ini.
Ya elah.
Overtime number 3 we go.
Dipanjang nonton Inflection.
You have to these rounds.
Stellar ngejar. Ya sama yang
ini dua-dua aja tuh matinya.
Both teams know what's at stake right now.
Anjing gara-gara lu ya. Gue perhatiin bottom frag anjing.
Sama anjing gue juga.
Anjing. Masa perhatiinnya bottom frag ya guys.
Minus that 4v5 we saw at the beginning of the last
overtime. Basi bro.
How can we continue to force those situations? That's the question. They're answering Asuna versus Celsius again.
That's how they force it.
Ngadep kemana Celsius anjing?
Lands a clean shot onto Celsius. He certainly
marah tuh Celsius tuh.
That flash. Not good enough to actually catch Asuna fully. It was a nice pop flash, but I think a little bit over his head. Didn't see it coming, but only half blind.
We see this funnel out from drop. The one key that's going to be missing is Celsius' fast lane.
The pinch here in Halls is going to come super fast if Sentinels is not careful.
His utility. This may hit all of them. Fault line, and that provides cover for them to funnel out of drop. And now they have slight control. Shaz trying to tuck, trying to stay alive as he runs for the fences.
Gila, Asuna berani banget.
Spike down. Eric dancing around waiting as you see the utility clear out the mall.
Menang nih Sentinel nih. Delay, Cok.
Now with that, they can turn attention to the guns. Asuna tries to swing, and the rest of 100 Thieves try to follow behind him, but no, he's only able to get one. Seven seem to be coming back.
Derek nih gila, Cok. Wah, gila Dereknya.
Wah, anjing Derek. Derek mobil.
Is that from Derek?
Oh, dia Derek 100 Tips sih ini anjir.
Are you kidding me? Those 3 kills came fast as lightning.
Switching sides.
And he's not playing the lightning. He's not playing Neon.
Anjing abang-abangan, Cok.
These two guys, Asuna and Derek, have pulled out some ridiculous things this game, and it just continues.
Gila ya.
Derek has just been
CROSSHAIR berapa ya?
And we're like teetering on dangerous territory where we just almost expect
Derek juga
out of Derek.
Gila, mentalnya sih Derek nih orang gila ya berarti ya.
Oh gila bro, itu lu lihat bro, gila Senti tuan naratif bro, 25, 22, 21, 21.
Ya anjing.
4 orang double digit anjing.
Find themselves in another position to put them away, but Will's opener does not go
bisa menang loh
in their favor. Off of that, 100 Thieves still continue.
Wah, Tens. Wah, ini sih dapat momen ini. Wah, apakah?
Masa gak es?
Anjing dibanting Derek, Cok.
Wah, di kelas lagi belum? Enggak lah.
Enggak lah, nggak mungkin lah ya. Nggak mungkin, nggak sopan anjing. Nggak sopan jing kalau di kelas lagi masa. Tadi kan momennya Tens nggak boleh Yan, makan temen gitu nggak boleh Yan. Anjing Tens ini gila juga, Cok. Kayaknya panas dia sama Derek nih.
I feel like maybe one of the first vintage 10s round we've seen in the tournament
15-15 anjing lah.
27 and 22. He's heating up. He hasn't had the most fantastic year, and last weekend he was sick as well. In this map, he's delivering at the tail end of the game.
They're going fast into dish. Look, they've already got the fast lane down. They've cleared out the trademark. They're just going to go fully into A, and they have full site control.
Opportunity for the first time again since
nggak di planting, Cok. Apa dah?
to get advantage
Dicek
here.
dulu, bro.
Sentinels already on the side.
Oh.
Retake difficult for 100 Thieves, always, especially with Will having an op.
Shroud has Molly. Shaz has some utility as well. Can they stay alive long enough to use their post-plant utility? Take a look at Zelsis and Dapper, the first line of defense. They're just waiting to see if there's going to be a push in from Nast. Off of the flash, the second one comes through, and Shaz cleans one up.
Oh, 16-15.
Sentinels again. They've just been able to keep everything back.
Wih, Sentinel menang, Cok. Yan. Sumpah, Sentinel menang. Ini Stellar nggak bisa lah.
Can Stellar win this 1v3 with 30 HP? No. Now it's Sentinels on that point.
Match point, Sentinel.
They were here once before.
16 sama ini. Dia
Enggak, Cok. Ini menang 15-17 ini.
Heroics getting a couple of those
itu Derek 26
crazy situations.
22 21.
Gila ya. So here we are.
Serot akhirnya gak paling bawah, Cok, killnya. Stellar, Cok.
Oh iya, Stellar.
Stellar, Cok.
Iya, Stellar matinya lebih banyak sekarang.
Iya, matinya lebih banyak, killnya lebih dikit, assist lebih dikit. Ih, Stellar apa lah, Cok, Stellar nih, Cok.
They've tried to slow things down. It's just made it harder.
Udah tidur ntar siang Jumatan, silakan dah buat tidur. Lebih seru loh daripada yang kemarin.
It seems like for now we may end up towards A.
So look at the difference in how Tens is choosing not to go for the last cannon op because he's been feeling it on the Vandal here.
But he was going for that angle. There's the space up, the rendezvous, and now the flash. Here we go. Fast lane. The drop down from Asuna, seeing if he can find anyone to know.
Hampir aja Tens.
Walah, udah dapat 2, Bro. Udah cuan, Bro.
Iya, udah.
Menang nanti.
Menang, Bro, nih kali.
Derek masih hidup gak? Oh, hidup, Bro.
Oh, mati. Udah. Iya, gue juga langsung lihat Derek mana, Cok. Oh, satu menang Sentinel, Cok.
Malah jadi menang ya?
Menang.
We go Breeze next. And that was 4 overtimes of Sentinels and 100 Thieves battling.
Tapi lu lihat dulu itu asisnya Strut.
Iya. I think we've seen these teams in a long time. Finally, it looks like
Cok, lihat makanan dulu bentar.
are even when it comes down to it. And Sentinels looks good. I mean, everybody is shocked at the amounts of prep that they're able to actually bring into this tournament. They look like a whole different team entirely, even from the old eras of Sentinels being kings.
Yeah, the culture shift, the compositions that they're running, the strats, whatever it is. I think the one question that I have for you, the people, is, do you believe? We'll be right back.
Mon,
Mon, kenapa?
Udah sampai lu.
Udah, kesel sendiri gua.
Kenapa?
Masa gue suruh tes darah suruh urus sendiri anjing.
Tapi di opnam nggak?
Belum tahu. Terus gue dapet dokter nggak jelas jadi. Ini kalau obatnya belum habis kenapa kesini? Lah gue ngerasa sakit.
Oh iya.
Kalau gue ngerasa sakit gue nggak kesini lah. Goblok gue.
Masa ngomong gitu?
Asli gue kesel sendirian. Terus gue suruh cek darah ke lantai 2. Suruh naik aja ntar ke atas tuh tes darah.
Kenapa, Mon?
Gak jelas cok, RS cok. Gue pertama kali padahal udah biasa di sini. Beda perawat.
Beda orang ya?
Kayak baru bangun deh. Bagian.
Gue inget. Aduh. Waktu bini gue di rumah sakit ya. Garing fluid kan. Susternya gue beliin makan. Gue beliin makan McD, gue beliin ayam tuh.
Terus?
Beliin makan McD, gue beliin. Lah susternya ketiduran semua cok. Bini gue infusnya habis, gue teriak-teriakin, gue bel-bel kagak datang susternya anjing. Iya pak ketiduran katanya. Anjing kenyangan. Goblok.
Ini beres tes darah gue keluar, gue gak mau ketemu lagi, gue langsung cabut.
Nggak jadi opnam.
Ngejai udah kesel duluan, udah gak enak ini gue mood main. Digir masa Yan? Gue dibilang, ini obat belum habis kenapa balik?
Iya itu sih yang bikin bete.
Kalau gue gak ngerasa sakit, gue gak akan balik.
Kalau
kesel banget gue.
Kenapa lu jadi perawat ngentot?
Itu dokter loh yang ngomong.
Dokter?
Terus gue mau ngejelasin kayak gini ya, apa? Setiap kali gue mau ngomong dia tanya berapa kali muntah. Muntahnya tuh tiap kali habis makan. Iya berapa kali? Iya jadi tiap habis makan hitungan 3 kali. Jadi setiap kali gue ngomong langsung di-cut sama dia biar cepat gitu loh gue jawabnya.
Oh.
Gue kan mau kasih tau keluhan. Ini sakit nggak kalau ditekan di perutnya? Yang sakit di sini enggak, yang saya tekan sakit nggak? Astagfirullahaladzim. Gue kasih tahu tuh biar cepat dikerjakannya di sini loh sakitnya. Lo tekan kayak gimana nggak ada sakit gitu. Guys, saya tekannya sakit nggak? Digituin gue langsung pas gue ngomong.
Banget anjing.
Dokter
No manner.
Terakhir gue kesini loh, kemana-mana dikasih apa, didorongin kursi roda.
Ini turnamen bukan champion. Sentinel tuh masuk lower bracket, ini lagi di lower bracket. Kadang-kadang tuh orang kerjanya nggak sama passion gitu ya Mon ya.
Tapi ya nggak tahu juga.
Ya karena jam juga sih.
Jamnya, gue sempet kayak mungkin jamnya sih. Cuman tetap aja kesel. Gue wajar dong kesel.
Wajar lah. Gue juga kalau jadi lu mah, gue kalau jadi lu gue maki malah.
Gue sakit.
They were really struggling. I think they continued to be able to get space with Austin. They had a few of those set plays to get onto site, but I think their post ones really struggle with this composition. Previously, they were playing that Sage and that Raze, which really had a big emphasis on getting the spike down, getting yourself into good situations.
Dia masih pagi.
Bukan kesel lagi, gue maki.
Iyalah, apalagi Lian nih kena.
Lah gue ngerasa sakit ngentot. Ya makanya gue balik anjing.
Justru gue mau mempercepat gitu loh. Kalau gue bisa nama, gue nama aja deh biar cepet diurusin nih sini.
Yeah, and I mean 4 out of 9 in general for the retakes. Fracture so often with kind of those 4-1 setups that you see out of teams, it oftentimes is coming into those retakes. And it's clear that they were well rehearsed by Sentinels. We talked about the Lian of Asuna, but Zelsus did a great job at kind of creating the pace for this with using that KO. A lot of time they were disrespecting the Brim Smoke, fighting through. So many of these rounds came down.
Gak bisa darah balik loh.
Iya balik lah, gila.
Nggak boleh di opnam.
Gue gak mau.
Udah keburu bete lah lu.
Gue mending pindah RS dah. Akhir gue tes darah itu diambil di bawah. Lu tunggu aja baring aja di bawahnya.
Oh iya.
Iya serius, nggak pernah gue selama-lama ini apa masuk UGD, gue suruh tes darah tuh naik sendiri ke atas, terus turun lagi ke bawah bayar, terus baru naik lagi kayak gitu.
100%. Those last 2 rounds of regulation, you could really see Sentinels had the reads on defense, but also in part 100 Thieves, they kind of having tells on what they were doing.
Sampai orang labnya ngomong, pasiennya mana mas? Saya lah. Oh naik gas.
Jadi lihat itu tadi, oh iya.
Both rounds of the last.
Mana? Apa tadi namanya? ADS Singapura vlog.
Ini tulisan Singapura gitu, Singapura. What the fuck, bro?
Nah, itu kan gue tadi cuma cepetin tadi habis buru-buru, Cok.
Oh, kira lo tau lo.
Anjing lu. Tolonglah, enggak segitunya Yan, masih tahu Yan.
Enggak segitunya.
Enggak segitunya, Cok. Mana, Cok?
Iya terakhir lah, coba maju.
Mama Takel. Namanya Super Nair Nemo, Cok.
Ih, karena dulu sponsor yang paling gede.
Oh.
Dulu
gua abang-abangan di sana.
Bukan abang-abangan lagi deh.
Oh, orang Thailand, Cok, yang ngekes, Cok.
Orang PC di Nemo gara-gara Lian kan buka
Takel nge-clutch kah ini kah?
Enggak, ini kita udah pasti menang, ini game terakhir. Ini kita udah pasti juara 1, ini game terakhir.
Lawan keratnya siapa aja nih Yan?
Hampir semuanya.
Yang masih benar-benar namanya lu inget. Hampir semuanya ya?
Oh iya itu, yang juara 2-nya, yang orang Thailand. Dia dulu paling jago di sana.
Has eyes on though, and there's the angle, there's the shots being fired. With the headshot. Barn area as Sabatop need to push in, so smokes go out. Sabatop 1 trying to.
Mana yang lu kerat dong Yan? Anjing, Super Nair Nemo, Cok.
Yang kerat yang itu di Rangel.
Rojok. Actually getting destroyed by AIRO there.
Pakai AKM nih.
Iya kali lupa.
Rojok ya Yan.
Itu Hong Kong.
Ini siapa nih?
Hong Kong itu ya, nge-clutch ya.
Enrevice siapa nih?
Temen gue lah.
Lah, nanya.
Udah hilang, orangnya udah nggak ada main apa-apa lagi.
Enggak, udah berkeluarga juga. Udah 3-3 sekarang, berapa 3-4.
Rian nih punya penerus, anjay. Penerus ya nih.
Apa tuh?
Nggak jadi deh.
Nah itu tuh Mineski tuh yang paling kuat dulu.
Yang di tengah.
Itu yang Pucius itu sekarang masih main. Sekarang juara saya malah dia. Pucius.
Lah RDK ada RDK, Cok.
Aneh aja.
Lah gua kan baru tahu ini.
Itu ya.
Enggak tahu, Mon.
Ini FPP kan ini?
FPP.
Lu pernah nggak ada ikut turnamen PUBG PC TPP?
Dulu awal-awal kan TPP Mas, belum ada FPP.
Oh iya, tapi lu udah.
Anjing dapat 4.
Udah. Cuman gua belum yang juara-juara sering kayak FPP.
Tapi PUBG PC ini masih bisa digrindingin ya?
Maksudnya Mas?
Maksudnya kalau lu kan oke lah. Salah kalau digrinding. Nah kan butuh teammate juga ya. Teammate lu kalau grinding lagi kira-kira masih kuat nggak atau ada nggak di Indonesia?
Teammate gua
Iya, yang masih lu yakin kira-kira kalau mau catch up bisa gitu setelah rehat gitu.
Bisa-bisa aja mereka mah. Rido mah gak usah ditanya kan masih
main.
Takel juga gak usah ditanya, kok jiwanya masih kompe.
Iya sih, jiwa sih yang paling penting ya.
Jiwa yang penting.
Benar. Jiwa itu yang bikin kita semangat buat grinding.
Betul.
Kita lihat surat dulu, Cok. Mana angkat pialanya, Cok? Nah ini Puci ini.
Iya, ini gue ditabrak Pocin ditabrak nih. Soalnya gue sama ini game terakhir kan.
Oke, berarti mundurnya mana? Mundurnya dari mana nih? Kasih tahu, Yan.
Mundurin lagi ya pas baru perang apa pas masih ngelut. Mereka tuh nggak turun Pocin bro, cuma karena poin kita sama-sama nempel dan itu game terakhir, mereka pengen bunuh kita gitu loh.
Oh, menabrak ya, nabrak ya.
Iya, mau nabrak.
Oke, berarti ini kan.
Nah ini. Mereka nabrak Pocin. Salah nabrak bro.
Emang lu menang?
Iya, lu
pertanyaan
lu tuh kadang-kadang bikin bocil layar kesel, bro.
Nah kan gua nanya ya, nanyaan gua kan bener gitu, emang lu menang?
Gua udah lu nanti kalau udah
kandang singa.
Gue mesti main Valo sama Rian sih.
Lu kalau ngefans sama Rian ntar bikin KTA sama gua ya, bro.
Ya oke.
Satu tanda
Ini udah knock 2 nih.
Udah knock 2.
Anjing observernya bangsat.
Iya zaman dulu namanya juga.
Iya. Wah. Dibales. Lah dari mana?
Dari satunya kan ini rumah orang kaya nggak sih?
Ini rumah orang kaya.
Nah, masa lu nggak hafal, bro?
Gua masih bingung gua ini liatnya. Lantingan observernya terlalu kenceng, cowok.
Sini nih pasti satu kabur. Cari gue. Gak boleh hidup anjing.
Itu auto menang kan ya?
Iya, auto menang gua. Gua abis itu ngerokin takel. Bercandaan kita di Pocin.
Udah happy dah lu nih.
Udah pasti menang soalnya.
Oh.
Yang Kenta siapa tuh?
Sampai turun di dunia aja Pekado sama Pocinki mana ada yang berani nabrak. Emang iya?
Iya, dulu pas yang Hong Kong kan ada scrimnya juga kan, Bro? Jadi yang nabrak Pekado itu ada Cloud9 sama Liquid. Nah, Cloud9 sama Liquid itu pas scrim kita habis-habisin di Pocin sama Pekado, mereka nggak ada yang turun situ.
Terus mana video angkat pialanya, anjoy?
Emang nggak ada ya? Setahu gua ada dah.
Nggak ada, anjim.
Oh. Setahu gua ada, Bro.
Ini gambar depannya doang nih.
Coba yang itu tuh, yang ada
Lopian.
Ini.
Yang highlight, yang ada stroke kayak itu.
Ini ya.
Oh iya, ini nih, di sini harusnya, di sini.
Yang mana angkat piala, Cok?
Depan.
Gua udah nonton yang ini.
Depan lagi. Depan.
Hah? Ya Rian pakai celana coklat. Tasnya tebal banget ya.
Kayak tengah ada. Iya, tasnya tebal banget.
Gue masih ingat lagi.
WC anjing. Ini di mana nih? Singapura ya?
Singapura.
Hotel apa nih?
Takel masih kayak bocah takel.
Lah emang lu kira lu enggak? Coba lu lihat.
Agak lah, itu mah udah kelihatan banget tuirnya anjing.
Enggak lah, tapi badan lu masih kecil banget ya, beda sama sekarang.
Masih kurus.
Beda lah, udah buruan lah.
Sama Yan masih. Ini umur berapa Yan?
Ini 4 tahun lalu, 3 tahun lalu gitu. 4 tahun.
Tapi Rian enak cowok, dapat booster dia.
Masa sih? 4 tahun lalu.
Kalau jalan tuh dia selalu punya penyemangat offline ya.
Enggak, di sini enggak ada.
Enggak ikut kah?
Enggak, di sini enggak.
Gua sama Rian nembakin mayat ya. Gua mau konin mayat.
Mana cowok?
Ya lu lah yang cepetin ngentot.
Lah gua lagi terusan lagi dengerin juga cowok.
Oh, ya udah nggak usah nanya mana ngentot.
Iya kan kesel sendiri kan.
Gua belum aja.
Oh ini main nih
baru. Cepetin lagi bro. Oh ini yang pas. Oh ini mau nomornya.
Anjing mainnya kayak gini ya.
Tapi Yan, gua mau nanya deh. Role di PUBG itu ngaruh nggak?
Enggak, semua harus bisa semuanya lah.
Nah, all round ya berarti.
Ini lu tusun nih Yan?
Enggak, ini udah mau chicken ini. Si Rido nggak clutch.
Yang di Miramar kan?
Iya, Miramar.
Ini seru banget deh. Ekspresinya tuh. Gue nonton nih. Terus ada ininya ya, ada pertandingan yang di collab tuh. Jadi kasih lihat juga, jadi ekspresi kalian sekalian.
Sambil makan ya. Kan.
Oh ini mereka nih.
Ini siapa?
Ini Mineski, iya itu paling nih dulu kuat banget ini ngentot.
Oh yang nomor 2-nya nih.
Yang nabrak kita dari voucher.
Gila tinggi banget nih orang.
Padahal
itu yang paling pendek, aimnya paling tajam teman. Dulu gue udah dia cheater anjing.
Nah iya kan?
Iya. Gue bilang makro nih orang anjing spraynya sakit banget.
Taunya ketemu di turnamen. Tapi yang gue masalahnya masih ini ya. Kalau lihat dari konten makin jago anjing.
Apa?
Kalau lihat di konten makin jago gitu. Kalau buat gua ya.
Maksudnya?
Lihat di konten.
Lihat di konten apa tuh?
Konten-konten PUBG PC lo kayak makin jago gitu, bukan malah menurun.
Oh, karena kan sekarang kan orang jago makin jago kan, Mon. Aku pengen di atasnya.
Gue setuju tuh Yan.
Iya.
Setuju.
Makanya gue sebenarnya suka main game yang isinya orang jago semua tau lo, yang orang-orang tryhard gitu loh.
Cewek banget.
Iya kan nggak kelihatan anjing pakai sendalnya.
Pas Piketron menang dulu juara dunia, gerakannya masih kayak gitu kan. Sama gerakannya sekarang beda jauh gitu. Movementnya.
Lah udah mulai bang.
Udah 2-0 anjing.
2-0 bangsat.
Gak apa-apa, worth it.
Sentinel udah kalah lagi ya, udah biasa lah ya.
Tadi ini gitu kan.
Tuh ini
Wah. Ini terakhir sih Shroud pakai Viper bottom frag ya, Cok.
Wah, iya.
Tempat oprek kan?
Tempat
yang lawan SF. Prosesor ya?
Kemarin.
Kenapa, Mon?
Ini udah jam segini, Cok. Jam 5 baru 2 mulai.
Kayak kemarin, Mon.
Makan apa nasi pakai
kita nobar itu juga kan yang pertama kali itu?
Iya, sampai jam 6 lebih.
6:30 apa?
Asli.
Ya lu pada nobar ya sama kayak Montana ya?
Itu pun tadi gua nggak mau nobar tapi kan udah janji.
Gua tuh nobar sama siapa ya?
Lu nggak nobar bro, lu nggak live.
Yang lawan siapa? Nobar gua.
Ini nobar sama Mas Anang ya?
Manang ya? Satu lagi siapa ya?
Iya, Anang ngerti Valo.
Anang join to Rio, Cok.
Si ngerti Anang.
Dia gila, nice gitu-gitu aja dia.
Bro, Anang gila juga live-nya ya.
Gila.
Dia ngebacot doang tuh ngomong terus 10 jam.
Enggak
ada. Bener lu, Mon.
Ada ngedit kan.
Enggak, kalau live pagi tuh gue ngeliat ya, dia pagi tuh live udah 10 jam gue liat. Gue scroll ke belakang kok nggak ada main game nih orang kan?
Nggak ada.
Nggak ada main game ya, 10 jam.
Nggak ada.
Gimana nggak bagaimana?
Mau main apa, Cok?
Main apa?
Mau main apa dia emangnya?
Bukan, gue kaget dia ngomong, kan ngajak ngomong terus viewer 10 jam gitu loh.
Oh iya, gue sama Rian sama Abi gue.
Oh iya benar-benar.
Iya benar-benar.
Tapi lu udahan nggak sampai habis dulu ya?
Sampai habis.
Oh Abi yang nggak sampai habis ya?
Abi ketiduran.
Iya. Kalau diingat-ingat ini juga sih. Lah, nggak full itunya ya? Ultinya ya?
Setengahnya emang gitu dia.
Enggak, spike-nya nggak ketutup, Cok. Mati. Ya,
a full stick. And we've seen that before.
Kurang mundur naruhnya ya.
We've seen that story before in this series alone.
Enggak dibadanin nggak sih tadi juga sebagian?
Nggak dapat juga mon itu mon.
And there's no post plant because Bang falls early.
Soalnya sekarang cara diffuse di situ dia jadi bener-bener jalan ngerangkak tipis-tipis gitu nah. Sampai bisa dapat jaraknya.
They played that really well too against the KO ult just to stay back. They didn't lose a single person.
Nah, dia lolos
They
kayaknya
didn't really
nih.
go for an anti-KO setup.
Kalau menang ini dia lolos Bu, apa gimana?
Naik ke ini.
Fall flat here.
Masih lower lagi tapi
Off of that, we're tied at 2 apiece. So
Tetap lower sih, pasti nggak ada yang pernah naik kan kalau dari lower.
Will has a pistol.
naik nih ya kalau menang ini menang sekali lagi. Menang 2 kali lagi dah mesti. Baru final.
Oh, grand final. Apa final lower?
Kalau ke final lower 2 kali main lagi. Grand final 3 kali.
Panjang ya.
Panjang.
Tapi emang cita-cita nggak sih kan ngelihat Sentinel ketemu PPRX dibantai-bantai biar puas gitu.
Gue enggak sih. Karena udah yakin menang PPRX soalnya.
Asik. Enggak, kalau gue tujuan gue tuh berharap dia lolos apa champion tuh biar bisa dibantai-bantai sama PPRX.
Itu viewsnya pasti gede banget itu. PPRX sama Sentinel.
Ya.
Dash goes through, Dapper repositioning, Tense gets the kill, Dapper swings around, gets another to spam. It seems like Austin took a little bit of damage there, just a tickle, but not much more. And Tense still causes problems, gets away to safety. Austin is left in this 1v4. Yeah, Tense is weak, he's able to clear that one up, but that's...
Oh, Sentinel looking so strong nih.
And I really like the wall timing there for Shroud and how the 2 players who were on site, Tense and Dapper, played off of it. First, they actually challenge Will and the smoke. They split them up very well. And then they wait for that wall to come out and play really passively together. It's that moment, right? Drop it right away again. And there's just so much. It's very difficult to actually push into ladder when Dapper's throwing prowlers out beforehand. So very, very nicely done. You have that tour de force online for Tense. Same thing with Zelsis' ult like you called out in the last round. So how do they determine to use this time? Tense very passive.
Habis ini kita lihat ya.
He could go for this aggressive peek later though.
Frag-fragnya.
And there's really nothing to restrict that sightline, at least yet. Maybe a cloudburst or something, but for now, they try to cross. There goes the wall goes up, excuse me. Under series, Zelsis trying to find someone to do so. The flash, but he pops up, he gets dropped.
Yeah.
From up top's not going to find value either. As Austin takes care of him. See some info gathered from Dapper as they try to push their way forward. Sentinels looking to reestablish control of the site. You've got 2 members playing in caves, and look at them. They're rotating right around each other. Shaz may get the timing onto Stellar if it goes his way. No, turns around. Now they know where he is. Stellar cleans him up. 4-4 still in the hands of Tense. Nothing doing there either. A flawless round.
Flawless job.
And that mid split. Really, really well played. Actually, all 3 players of 100 Thieves turned that flash from Zelsis. The one that he's been throwing from the pipe.
Yeah.
Every single game they played on Breeze so far. And he's just
Sayang
put
banget
himself in
sih.
a tough spot. Obviously, he had to
Rot,
as
ampun dah.
well prior to that. So they really know to expect that. Good reaction for them.
Buset,
I
itu
think
apaan
that's
barusan?
somewhere they can start to push the button
Oh,
a little
beda
bit
orang ya?
more.
Beda,
Right?
beda.
The mid control, it's really not been getting contested. And then also going for that mid split.
Terus udah bunuh 1 guys, lebih
The
cepat
nice
ini
thing
guys.
about 100 Thieves attack so far is they've been playing
Baru
really
ronde.
dynamic in the sense of they don't put this wall down early at all for Bang. So they can choose late
Itu
in the round.
tiap hari
which side
gue
to go
bakal
for it,
tetap
even go for
main
the
sih bro,
splits here.
Crypto Blade.
Gotta be careful here from
Ini
Dapper.
lah.
Tapi bazarnya tuh nggak ngaruh tuh bro.
Nggak bisa diapa-apain weh.
Enggak, karena kita harusnya mainnya di BNB, jangan di Skale.
Kan dikasih koinnya di Skale.
Ya itu gratisan ya bro. Woi.
Apaan tuh anjing, gua lagi makan lagi.
The thing is, they're spread out on the side a little bit, but again, more info. See him, he thinks twice about the nightfall. It was there, he had a position.
Strut makin jauh dong di bawah.
Only one standing on the side of 100 Thieves. It's a
Dappernya dapat juga.
shock dart, but it's actually Tense that cleans him
Dapper
up with the
bagus cok
headhunter.
dari kemarin cok.
What a play from Dapper. The guy has been a
Oh, yeah.
monster this entire
Kan?
tournament, Balla.
Yeah. And Also having the most successful fade I think I've seen on this map.
Nggak jauh lah itu bro anjing.
Very few have tried it, but it's crazy to see Sentinels
actually
successfully implementing something that is slightly off meta on this map. He's had massive impact, especially when you actually go towards the attack side too. We're not even there yet. Ten's got the op online as well.
Belum.
He's gonna solo towards A.
Males. Gue pakai GT gak mau, apalagi Vet man.
Tapi kan lebih gampang.
Kalau Rian main aja ya nih ya.
Gue klik kiri aja.
Kiri aja.
Gue ASD klik kiri.
Klik kiri aja di istimewa, cok.
Still has that Nightfall online too. See him tuck around B. All of 100 Thieves are here. Shaz on your shoulder yet again up in Nest to see if he spots anyone. The ult comes through. Two members that are tucked in B, they're going to have to do it with their guns. And there it is, the Nightfall drops. The silence like crawling across their skin, the tether just like a wound that will not heal, but they get the info that they need, they're getting the kills that they need to. Tens and both remain, and now it's just Tens.
Enggak. Kalah kaya dia nih.
Eric on the spike plant.
Keluar ya?
He slipped the net, he's managing to get a kill, he's going to land the flick on the second, but Derek wins the
hampir loh.
a 3K for him. That was entirely too close though.
What is the clutch count on this guy now? I feel like there's been probably 2 1v1s at least for him where he's denied the clutch specifically against Tens even in this series so far.
Berat ini bro, punggungnya seret.
Hah?
Punggungnya seret berat.
What a play.
Punggungnya seret yang berat ya.
Actually,
iya.
Pretty interesting that Sentinels even bring that one back in the first place because it feels like we've been trading very clean rounds from both sides. Obviously that one towards the end goes a little crazy when the retake actually starts. But the hit from 100 Thieves was pretty nice. Successful in terms of getting into good post-plant positions. So the frag's not going in their way. So let's see.
Tapi kan kalau misalkan nih Valorant nih, franchise nih, lu ada niat balik main nggak?
Ya enggak lah, Valorant bukan game gua.
In the timeout.
Asuna with a strong
Ada niat
performance
ya.
to kick things off. You see him 10 and 5 already, while Tens is continuing the terror that he was on Fracture. An 11 and 4 stat line, but you're right, it's pretty early on. It's been a good read, and much like you were saying in the rounds, the kills have gone the way. The rounds seem to be trading back and forth. This is a very good early
Lebih
matchup.
beban. Tapi emang kalau slot tuh konsisten, Cok.
Continuing to be on form. When he pops off, a lot of times this map, specifically in the series, gets crazy from him. And again, they're really putting a lot of reliance on him getting up close. That knife misses him. And Celsius actually rejoins too. They might go for a pop flash late here with this close setup. Potentially after Tens takes contact. And then another interesting thing here as well. Dapper is rotating off the B site for the first time, leaving Shroud alone there. Here's the walkabout.
And the timing not necessarily going either which way quite yet as Derek now tucks his way in. You see the split coming in through double doors. Celsius position being given away, but do you know that Tens is on the other side?
Spike and drop.
That spike! It's disaster! How do they reestablish control? It's all gone sideways. You see it? All members of Sentinels, they're the ones huddling around the spike. 100 Thieves are going to be the ones who have to take it back. Oh, how do they get through this? It's like ring around the rosy across the map. And swinging around.
Berat sih ini sim 54 sih.
Stellar behind enemy lines. There's just everyone is getting behind everybody here. Tens gets a third on the round. You hear the neural theft come through. They still haven't gotten back to the spike, just within reach there. And Tens stops it again.
Apakah Tens bakal ace?
Masa iya? Belum balik Mon.
Kagak lagi, diambil lagi Dapper anjing.
Dapper lagi anjing.
Emang Dapper anjing nih mukil, Cok. Apa ya Dapper nih dari tadi nih?
I mean, I don't think the seller would have walked into Tens there, but really good reposition from Tens after that. Actually, the first kill, just in general, the fact that they go for this push, Derek obviously alone with the drone, very dangerous, but that kill where he goes up into the halls area and then goes down the rope and then back up the halls again. How can you predict that, and how can you prepare yourself when there's already a crossfire with Zelsis set up in that instance? Another clean round. Back to back clean rounds, it feels like.
Mereka cari menang dulu, bukan S ya, gue juga tahu anjing. Banget seru gitu kalau S ada
Serius banget hidup lu, Bang.
Laying just on the other side of these double doors. Shaz using the drone to see if he can get any info, and yeah, he spots one.
Every round so far in this map has been a first kill conversion. As the team gets the first kill, they win the round. And
dapat dong.
once again, I mean, we really expect this one to go Sentinel's favor now.
Naturally, this would be the one that goes.
Nggak ada duelis ya?
Will with the blades dashing his way
Gue
forward.
baru sadar anjir.
Cloud bursts around the corner, and yep, Will gets a second. You have the numbers advantage here, and Stellar's tucked. I don't think they know that he's here, and he's so patient. There it is. Oh my gosh, that was almost bad. Trades him out. Derek gets
Hampir sabun kok.
Numbers still in favor of 100 Thieves here. And they've upgraded weapons. Both Asuna and Derek have rifles, but Asuna's weak. Team huddled around the site. The flash comes through. You see him trying to reposition. Trout's able to take care of the blades. The Viper's pit in mind. He's in a 1v2. 3 bullets left.
Aduh.
Himself, but no. Balla, you jinxed the round. A 50-round win for 100 Thieves.
And that's off of Will just running up mid, getting a kill on the Slippy site. I think against Dapper.
Timeout.
And it will be a timeout now for Sentinels. Off of the third eco win. For 100 Thieves. And impact for Will, even though he's still at the bottom of the
Yalah, Jetnya di nerf terus, Cok.
That round definitely a lot to point towards him as the person who really got it started.
Kenapa nggak pada pakai Reyna ya? Reyna tuh enak banget loh.
Karena ada agent yang lebih bagus daripada Reyna.
Iya lagi. Cuma kenapa gitu? Apa alasannya gitu? Reyna bisa nge-heal.
Ada agent yang bisa begini begitu.
Flashnya Reyna sih di nerf jadi jelek ya. Dulu kan awal-awal Valo tuh flashnya ngebutainnya bener-bener buta gitu kan. Jauh deket semuanya buta kan. Kalau sekarang kan kalau jauh nggak terlalu.
Oh emang iya?
It's been a slow start for him, but 2 massive kills off that blade storm to really open the round to once again get a 3rd eco for 100 Thieves this series and to break the trend of first kills, translating to round wins.
We do have to remember the Breeze map where once we swapped to that defensive side, or once we played on that defensive side, Will really turned up against FaZe. Went 18 kills on defense. So definitely keep that in mind.
Viper's Pit used from Shroud.
Kayaknya map 3 deh, Yan. Lu nggak pesan makan, Yan?
Gue udah makan gua.
Makan.
Orb once again funneled into Asuna. Bang has his pit too. It seems like that's where they want to end up. It wants to be a hit on to A. The Cloudburst, the dash out, the Hunter's Fury too. Sees there was pretty good. It's going to keep them at bay for now, but is there any follow-up?
Lumayan kena 2 orang.
Fury's going to be traded right back. Viper's Pit falls. Utility ultimates everywhere. Shaz gets one onto Stellar. Will trying to play around. You can see Dapper just on the other side of the goo. Will jumps up, tries to get high ground, swings around, punished. Chaz with clean shots to clean that.
Satu nih Dereknya lihat.
They're both so weak. Dapper on the tab, and that's all it's going to be so far. Derek's on the flank, but can he get there in time, or can 100 Thieves hold back without him?
He might have an angle from bridge here.
Okay, yeah, he's going to have to do something here. The first shock dart tickles a little damage. Once again in a clutch.
Wah, Derek, Cok.
Lagi.
Gila, Derek.
Last week, you might as well call him Mr. Red Bull. This guy is unreal.
Hah?
The consistency that he's hitting these clutches with. 1v2 this time as well.
Anjing.
And Sentinels.
Clean itu, bro. Clean.
Ini Derek yang kanan bawah kan nih?
Struggling in these situations, and for good reason. I mean, 100 Thieves is one of the best post-plant teams in the region, if not the best, if you could consider them that. And on Fracture, they gave him a run for their money in those situations, but here on Breeze, a lot different with the Viper.
Very different. Last round of the half here, Sentinels with a weird buy. You've got a Guardian,
Direct Master
Spectre,
of Class.
and Judge.
Najis, nggak ada geternya anjing. Ada momen-momen kayak gitu kan mesti geter gitu ya, dikit ya. Dia sih gila sih ini orang. Tercok.
Marshall's there. Second shot goes just a bit wide. How much longer can he delay? How much longer can he stay in this spot, dancing around the pyramids with that Marshall in hand still? They're just on the other side of each other. Look at Oscar pushing his way forward. Amali in his speed. He has to reposition. He has to
Slot bisa tahan nih.
Osman's getting everything in the kitchen sink thrown his way, and he somehow is still alive. But Shroud is too. One bullet left on that Marshall. Dapper on the swing. The Spectre comes through.
Aduh meleset anjing.
Finally falls. One enemy remaining. How have they gotten into a 1v1? Will, is he as clutch as his teammate is? 10 weak. Yes, Will is.
Willnya yang clutch sekarang.
For 100 Thieves. Unbelievable. We'll be right back.
Nggak niat, Cok.
Mapnya ini sih, rotatif.
Iya. Susah nih. Sentinel di attackernya. Dan hobi di clutch. Kacau. Itu aimnya juga rapet banget sih. Lu nggak nemenin itu si Ica, Yan, main Valorant.
Main apa tuh?
Tanggal berapa tuh?
Apa?
Ica.
Yang besok.
Iya lah,
Fun
match kan?
Oh, fun match masa gue temenin anjing. Kalau Bang Pen lagi ngapain?
Bang Pen curang, Cok. Grinding dia. Main terus lo dia.
Oh iya.
Main terus. Kan gue liat di Discord temenan kan. Dia lagi Valorant gitu.
Kok gak main sama lu?
Atau dia main sendiri kayaknya dah. Gue besok mau ikut kalau bisa. Masih MWI sih. Makan ngantuk anjir.
It's been a year since these two teams have played, and so far the intergalactic clout bout has delivered on every single possible facet you could imagine. There are clutches, there are sneak diffuses, there's a little bit of everything you could possibly want. And now Bala, we turn our attention to 100 Thieves' defensive side, where they're statistically better than they were in the first half as they carry the.
This is we actually get Hall's fight from Will right away against Tens. He will escape with his life, much like we saw in the first pistol round of Fracture.
But Will weak. He took some damage in Tens. With everything thrown his way, continues to push forward. Not satisfied with what he's got, not satisfied with what he's taken, and he's not going to be satisfied with the end of that round. Stellar wins that opening duel.
Thieves can pull back and start to get the advantage here in pistols in this series. They could be turning it for themselves as well.
Asuna pushing in through double doors. They're all going to funnel in at the exact same time. You see the only thing that's
anjing Asuna.
Thinly veiled wall before them. Now it turns into a 2v2. Stellar and Derek able to keep things back. Shroud 89 HP. He's playing lineups. He's playing post plant. And they're just going to take the
menang nih. Ya.
Stellar wins that out. But good night, that was close.
Anjing hampir aja serot, Cok.
So close. It looks so much like
hampir.
Clutches I've seen in the past.
Hampir tidak pernah cukup ya.
Hampir tidaklah pernah cukup.
Shroud almost living up right away to the Sentinels name. But that is a pistol round win for 100 Thieves, and that
Tir aja guys.
Was the
Dia
poorest defensive half we've actually had from
Senpai.
Sentinels thus far. And I don't really think that they were able to get into the same type of setups that they wanted to, especially with the aggressiveness that we were talking about with Dapper and Tens in a lot of these situations, not really netting themselves out of advantages early because 100 Thieves just understood. So it's a long battle up. 100 Thieves is good on this half. This defensive side is where Will comes alive.
Tapi mirip kayak map 1, kan map 1 ke 75 nggak sih awalnya?
Map 1 enggak, 84.
84 ya? Iya 84 malah. 85 cok. Tuh mereka masuknya gimana sih? Gue bingung dah.
Shroud not feeling any pressure, any sort of presence coming in from halls either.
Mana ada Cyper 1.
That may be the key for them to go.
Up now. This wall, they're going to be able to get through it really fast anyways. If it gets the decay, which it almost does. But the molly comes out too, so the suppress doesn't even matter.
The timing is very well done. Now they commit to it. They funnel down with 38 seconds left. Not a whole lot of options.
Wah, sabun dan cok.
Something through double doors and no, Oscar sucker punches him. And it's all done back in time. As Dapper gets a couple of his own, but Derek cleans it up at the end.
Aduh.
Well done by 100 Thieves.
And a good anti-eco conversion from them.
Tim Indo yang mana guys? Yang merah guys.
Was a 7-5 half.
Yang Sen itu. Sentil namanya guys.
Kontol.
I do think as well this is the easier half to prep for if you're 100 Thieves. If we continue
yang
that
merah.
narrative of this team being very good in the prep.
Yang itu Sen itu sentil ya dari Indo itu.
It's the attacking side that's making any sort of initiative most of the time. So if they're prepped here, and Sentinels has not really changed up the executes. It's definitely something that I think 100 Thieves will use to take.
Gak ada tim dari Indo ini, gak ada tim dari Indo bercanda guys.
But Will punished for it. You see, they tried setting something up to get him a kill. Austin is still close by. The ghost is there.
Oh, setiap orang mau bilang map 3 dibales, cok.
The prowler out. Derek understanding the presence his way. There's no one just on the other side. Not able to get it. Dapper cleans him up.
Celsius' body blocking some of those shots there. The orb actually keeps him safe for a long time, and he gets Celsius back up. So great anti-bonus so far, and I think they should easily convert this with the setup they have in halls. And Stellar really slow on this flank. Just going for that I mean, talk about something that Sentinels was relying a lot on. This attacking setup where they just use double prowler, all the way down halls, push Celsius as deep as possible up that halls so they can use the no command. And get it to get max
Ini flawless nih, lihat nih, flawless cok.
All the players backside, everybody even playing in spawn, and some players if they're aggressive in mid too.
Dapper nama asli siapa? Ya elo pertanyaan susah banget anjing. Michael Gulino.
Claire.
Michael Gulino.
Yeah.
But this time it was just that, but you're right.
Sentinel mesti menang.
They lean into it a lot, and you see why. It pays off.
Yeah. It was the bonus from 100 Thieves, so weaker weapons. I'm not sure if that
dosa lo. Iya kan gue udah bilang ini gak ada tim Indo bang. Gue kasih tahu barusan.
Or against that strat from Sentinels. So
ini tuh LCQ-nya NA North America.
Put their Viper orb a little deeper. See if that's something that 100 Thieves can pull out. Another thing is just put Will inside of halls. We saw it on the pistol round, and he's there again. Shazam with his ult now.
Once again, they're just waiting for aggression. We just saw this a couple of rounds ago where Shroud was waiting just at the end of halls to see if someone was going to push him, and this time there is. Will has made his way almost all the way up, all the way in. And Shroud just patient, lying in wait. Drone there, is he going to find the timing he needs?
Katanya Shroud, lu tau nggak asal dari mana Yan?
Mana?
Dari Gresik, Cok.
Majalengka anjing.
Enggak, namanya kan Michael Gresik, Cok.
Hah, oh iya juga ya anjing.
Anjing banget. Pure-nya anjing loh sumpah. Ah, what the fuck?
He still gets one. Takes your Shazam, dashes back.
Wasn't pretty, but
No.
Kok bisa dibokong sih? Ditutup trapnya ya? Nggak mungkin clutch, Cok. Ini bukan direct, Cok. Apak yang lolos Sersia, Boom, RX.
what a nice combination from Sentinels coming out of that cave. With the drone tagging Bang, he falls all the way back to the back of Yellow. But guess what? With the Hunter's Fury, Zelsis also has a lineup for his KO nade. So he's already tagged. And easily takes down Bang. Sentinels have again even this round, or even this map up, 7-9, 2 rounds deficit now. And they forced 100 Thieves.
Ekonominya seret kaya tuh.
A little bit on the light buy side. Will's still able to get a Vandal, so is Stellar.
Delsis. Ih, menang lah di Sentinel udah lah yuk.
Biar tidur.
Biar tidur, Cok. Iya gak sih?
Iya.
Antuk nih udah 5, Cok. Nggak 6 mau nih.
Montana kemana lagi?
Will's playing towards B. He's got the Vandal. Stellar does too.
Coba
So
tanya.
if they go that way, all of the firepower, the majority of the firepower that 100 Thieves have is there.
Really were expecting actually.
Pulang dia kan?
Iya pulang.
Walking out there. That's why Will and Stellar were close together. It doesn't come, so knowing Sentinel's typical timings, they back off. And with that Prowler, actually, that might be some good misdirection. It breaks the trip as well, so Stellar repositions his camera. And again, don't forget, they still haven't really known that this hero buy is coming out from 100 Thieves.
It's just elsewhere. Now Will has shown up, and he's the only one who's back here. Got a couple members coming in from double doors. Asuna pushing his way forward. Bang here too. Now the shot throw right across the site. Asuna gets one. No command through. Will tucked. Trying to stay alive. He had a shot. Dashes.
Masa di thrifty lagi di ronde-ronde begini? Percis kayak tadi anjing. Bener-bener di thrifty lagi, babi lah.
Kok thrifty?
Iyalah.
Hah, mana ada?
Yeah, and they were right.
Mereka kan nggak beli senjata tadi. Yang beli cuma si ini doang. Siapa Stellar?
Once they noticed for quite some time that that wasn't coming, even with that Prowler coming through from Dapper, they still commit Will to that side of the map. They still commit to the stack, and it works brilliantly. They also get a shock dart flash through the wall.
Oh, 2 orang ya yang buy.
And he gets the one and gets away. And the time way too low for Sentinels on that hit. Not something that's typical from them.
Bang dropping the pit B. No contest, at least at the beginning of the round over there yet. Seems like another slow start to the round for Sentinels.
Lama banget, Cok. Sentinel mainnya anjing.
Have taken the long way around. They'd head back towards A, and well, for good reason. Sentinels seem to favor this side of the map.
One thing that you actually saw Sentinel or 100 Thieves do when they faced this Viper wall or Viper Orb on P, is they just went for this hit, but this time they actually have some trips and some cages on this site. Even though this is coming out, they delayed quite long enough. They can use those for retake really well.
They very well may. You see Will once again on the flank. And the trip's not going to catch him, but is he going to choose the right path to go to? No, it doesn't seem like Will, but I don't know.
Shroud saw him. He saw him.
Yeah, Shroud saw him, cleans him up. Derek gets a kill on Zelsis. Now the spike ticking away here. You see Derek, he can't hear a dang thing, but Asuna continued to push forward, continuing to get the kills. 4v2 here is Shaz and Shroud try to hold them back, try to keep them at bay, but Derek gets 3 on it. Stellar gets a defuse.
Ya, map 3 ini kan kayaknya.
Kayaknya sih dulu. Ya kalau map 3 gue skip dah.
Skip ya. Apa aja ya?
Iya ke map 3 mas skip aja udah.
Udah nggak tahu siapa yang menang lah ya. Ngantuk gue juga, Cok.
Sama.
Udah Sentinel yang mainnya kayak tai lagi, nungguin 30 detik tuh gak lu?
Ya udah serot.
Sian, anjing udah ya.
Abangku.
Sampai ngorok, ketawa ngorok kan gua.
They just used the Nightfall, so they're not going to have a ton of ultimates to really work with here. There's explosion onto the site.
Bener-bener, Cok, Michael Gresik nih, Cok.
This is where they flip the script and try to go B, because they haven't been there at all.
Yeah, they really haven't. They're seriously ignoring the middle side of the map. Sometimes, obviously, Dapper's still throwing his prowler at the beginning of the round towards elbow, but for the most part, you're right. They are ignoring that half. And 100 Thieves is starting to put together a lot of different counters. This push that's happened now twice for Will, obviously it got shut down this time, but it is taking attention from Sentinels. And 100 Thieves has also swapped Stellar onto this site too. Potentially they won't stick to that setup given the pit is gone now from Bang, but no, they will. This round they didn't have to deal with Stellar given the KO. But they will have to deal with getting through these cages, getting through the trip setups that he puts down.
7-11, nggak mungkin di comeback sih.
And here we go, finally some exploration.
Bisa aja sih.
Nggak mungkin sih, tapi ngeliatnya ginian.
Faker, it's not concealed. It's early, man. They dropped that wall before anything else had started. They're not trying to hide that one bit.
Yeah.
And off of that, I don't think they're going B. This might be another A split.
Crowd definitely wanted to be over towards this side of the map. It looks like he's actually set up.
Gitu kek, Sentinel control mid gitu. Bener sih, menang nih.
Yeah, they're exploring mid, and I think you're right.
Anjing.
Ooh, what a shot on the Derek, a one tap.
Yeah, plucked from the pack, and now 10 still controlling the middle of the map.
Has pulled rotates out.
Yeah,
So-
and speaking off of that, Sentinels also rotating back towards A. They've picked up the spike. Shaz is headed that way.
They're just walking out of Stellar right now.
Nonton habis marah-marah, Cok, katanya, Cok.
That's not gonna be a problem.
Habis marah-marah deh.
Kid is kid.
Iya.
But Asna with
Okay,
the kill.
okay.
Deep into mid.
They're going to have to rotate into it down to Viper and Thieves on A.
Oh masih DRS berarti dong.
Masih.
Can they do anything about it? There's no command. Stellar getting info that he needs. Austin has fallen. They tuck. Oh, they tuck so well.
30 seconds left.
Nothing giving away. Shaz rotates around. He's been spotted. His position's given away.
Ya
Hammer drops
ampun,
him. His
udahlah,
roll
bro.
goes up top. The Blade Storm cleans it up. As 100 Thieves get to 12.
Udahlah, bro, ini mah.
Closer and closer to that map 3.
Oh, apa sih?
Map 3 dong.
There's Shazam really trying to pull something back out of this. And
Anjing lah,
I think
ngantuk,
for good
Cok.
reason, right? They needed to win that round.
Lumayan.
They needed it so bad.
Lo mau lanjut nonton?
pull
Kalau
out
lanjut itu gue temenin.
Crazy strat
Hah?
to
Kalau lanjut
potentially
nonton gue
get
temenin.
a bunch of kills on rotators.
Heaven seru sih, Yan.
Iya
This
boleh.
pick, which by the way is super cool.
Nah, kalau
goes all
ntar
the
udah
way
nggak
up to clear on
lihat
top.
awal-awal lah, kalau nggak itu ditinggal aja, Cok.
So
Enggak, gue nggak mungkin
there's another B
nggak
wall,
kuat kalau
and
nonton.
this is it.
Kayak gini.
Got the tour de force, so
Pasti
it is
gue
a
bakal kuat-kuatin.
full buy here from Sentinels.
Iya
Tapi
sih.
kalau gue ketiduran berarti itu udah parah bro.
Udah parah ya, nggak apa-apa. Ya. Aman aja, Yan.
This angle understanding that's where they're going to push. The drone should be the first contact, and Will has to dash away. Reserves his life for now. While Dapper having to deal with the
Map 3 ini, guys.
Derek
Tunggu map 3 lagi berapa lama nih? 15 menit lah.
Enggak lah, bentar lah.
Can't
5 menit
get
paling.
this position to
Ini ada game lagi nggak sih abis
find
ini?
a really early kill. Onto the B players. Not much place to hide
Ada, Cok, Cloud9 lawan NRG.
from both sides, right? Of the B main and this middle area through tunnels.
They have to be careful here. That dart didn't spot him, and I don't know if that's going to
Gas
lull
lah,
them with a
nanggung.
false sense of security.
Another
Vote
thing to
dulu lah,
note is
terserah
this wall
Pure Aio, Cok.
actually does give Tens the opportunity to walk up half wall as well.
Terlalu lu lah,
So
serah kita lah satu serah
if
Pure.
they put this up, he starts walking.
Pure
Will
dong
is
yang
in the
ngikutin lu,
fight,
masa lu yang
up
ngikutin
battle
Pure?
against him.
Nggak, gue basa-basi aja gitu biar ada aktivitas, Yan. Lu gimana sih?
Oh, oke.
Tens taking
Padahal
the
mah
high ground.
tetep aja terserah gue kalau ntar ngantuk ya udah gue udahan
Does he
tidur, Cok.
explore? Does he push forward?
Lu gimana?
Anjing itu namanya. PHP lu. Wah anjing.
Wah.
Ya udahlah. Udahlah. Mau 3
Looking to
nih.
put Sentinels away. The 3 members that remain. Couple of bullets going wide.
Nggak kena.
Oh, how did that not hit?
Hah?
The Hunter's Fury banged on the swing. He
Kok bisa nggak kena?
gets it.
Spike down
Udah kayak gini.
Srot, lihat, at least lihatlah Srot. Iya kan? Masa lu nge-play kagak nengok sama sekali, Srot?
Dia ngeliat CT itu tadi.
Iya, ngeliat CT. Aduh.
We're going all the way in this matchup.
Aduh anjing.
Couldn't ask
Ya
for anything better right
anjing.
here. All the way to map 3. 100 Thieves versus Sentinels delivering on a lot of levels right now. This map definitely wasn't the same gigabanger that Fracture was, but I think Haven is one where it's really unclear about what's going to happen. Traditionally a very strong map.
Ayo udah gue sambil main tablet tuh.
Anjing, ini main lah.
Ah, lu mau lihat ya?
Gue lagi ini juga, lagi nonton streamer PUBG.
Oh, sambil main nonton grip tablet cowok. Guys, main.
Gue nonton lu main gitu, main apa anjing yang gue tontonin, yang ada gue tidur bro anjing.
Oke. Ini cari cuan cowok. Oh baca komen. 10 and Srot of rated. Anjing sedih banget cowok. 100 thanks anjing. Sentinels just making views guys, no worry. Hampir kidaya dulu lah guys, biar seru guys. Kidaya, anjing dia rame-rame nobar cowok.
Can you let me know when it goes live, guys?
Kidaya.
Yeah. Thank you.
Match found.
Lah TDM bareng sih.
I wonder if there, as an org owner, when someone in your org doesn't like root for your team, does he care? Surely not.
FNS.
No, he respects it.
Yeah.
Like I talk. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Gue
It's
menghalangi.
like the fans that make it a lot more serious than it needs to be.
Halangin aja anjing.
I feel like it's always like that. Like there, especially with things about like rivalry between players, and then like most of the players are really good friends, and they play ranked together off stream, on stream, or hang out or whatever, and people create these like insane kind of like matchups between the
Coba
players.
mau lihat jago nggak sih sama gua, beda jauh nggak guys?
Good and bad. It's good. Fight. Actually, it's good until like players start getting affected by it.
Yeah.
Lah mau saya mati cok.
It's obviously good for like the storylines and for the hype of the game.
Wait, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Predict the weirdness.
Yep.
What DPI is this? Chat. What DPI is this? Wait, what did I do?
Ya mau nonton dia main rusak.
Wait, what am I? Oh my, what? Wait, why is my sense on 0.1? I thought my mouse died. Oh. Oh, there we go. Oh my god.
Dominating.
Jagoan dia bro, padahal bro.
Enggak lah anjing.
Jagoan dia lah, gila lu.
Mana ada tai.
Dialah.
Gila lu Yan. Enggak lah, mirip-mirip lah. Gila lu kalau gini doang mah. Lu mau lihat gue main kah?
Mana coba TDM bro.
Baik dulu.
And executed every single play that they needed to.
100%.
Gue main Lian.
In the first half, it looked a little shaky for 100 Thieves. I won't lie.
Gila lu sekate-kate. Gue masih bisa main gue coy.
Coba TDM.
They started splitting. That's when we started to see
Sabar lagi login.
100%.
No, for sure.
Kayaknya gue mesti main yang bikin ini dah. Bikin kamera satu lagi gitu beli kan buat yang arah tangan tuh nah. Ah, gimana guys?
Anjing.
Harus sih kayaknya sih biar pada tahu gue nggak bohong gitu.
Sentinels had some moments where they were adapting very well, but 100 Thieves always had their number in certain situations.
Yeah, I think that defense.
Bener nggak ini Yan? Gue share screen.
Masuk kok.
Wah.
TDM.
TDM. Sinatra kenapa nggak main lo? Tahu cok, kenal juga kagak siapa lagi tuh orang. Lah dia keluar anjing, pindah ke fracture. Aku susah sih cari lawannya.
Match found.
Gitu ya.
Iya, gue liatin ini.
Ini tapi gue lagi nggak ini Yan, soalnya nggak ngerokok gue. Nah,
ngerokok dulu dong. Ngerokok dulu gue tungguin dah.
Gak bisa Yan. Soalnya kalau ngerokok gue mesti mandi anjing.
Lah.
Deathmatch.
Segitu ya.
Warm up.
Iya kan bini gue lagi bunting.
Oh.
Sepele Yan.
Gitu iya lagi itu doang mah. Jangan kayak dia, Bro.
Enggak lah, gue lah Yan.
Sumpah. Dari crosshair placement-nya. Ngeri.
Gua mah. Anjing belakang.
Wes.
Aduh anjing. Anjing.
Ya Allah, Bro. Teguan kayak dia, Bro.
Sabar Yan, sabar. Ini gua ada tali nih ganggu tuh. Astaga, apalah nih orang. Ini mapnya cowok nggak seru.
Iya.
Mapnya nggak seru. Anjing. Ya.
Ya Allah. Dia keluarnya itu gue udah tahu gue sepannya anjing.
Enggak cowok, itu gua tadi pura-pura doang Yan. Tan keluar lu.
Kayak mesti jagoin
Masa sih?
Iya.
Ini gua belum ngerokok Yan.
Fight. Track them down.
Bangsat.
Nice.
Susah banget nembak orang dari belakang, kenapa ya? Kontol.
No more secrets.
Anjing. Astaga. Kok sakit-sakit banget sih?
Placement dulu.
Captain kill.
Turun. Mati. Kanan.
Aduh anjing. Ini bikin kena mental cowok. Operator sih. Amuk cowok.
Jadi tense tuh. Keren novel bro.
Ayo. Anjir sakit banget cok. Nggak mati anjing. Oke kan Yan?
Vandal dong.
Oke kan Yan?
Ya sama.
Anjing.
Dia masih jago kaide bro.
Masa sih?
Iya.
Aduh meleset aja biar.
Terus itu loh. Vandal.
Ini gue gara-gara vandal ya cok.
Mampus anjing.
Nah ini ganti vandal.
Itu udah mulai belum?
Agent pick, keburu. Ini vandalnya nggak bisa gua aduh. Nah nih ya. Asal mulu. Belum ngerokok guys, lu lihat nih gua udah live 2,5 jam nggak ngerokok, gila nggak lo?
Match found.
Grim tuh sepi ya di Valorant ya?
Siapa?
Grim.
Oh, tahu.
Yang Sage itu loh, Sage TikTok itu.
Iya, tahu cuman nggak pernah nonton live.
Jauh Kidai. Iya, tangan gue lagi bengkak juga, guys.
Banyak alasan lah ngentot.
Ngentot mapnya sama nggak tuh? Chill bro, chill. Aduh.
I'm no doctor, but I can patch a bullet.
Udah nih,
mulai.
Mulai.
Oh.
Mulai kalau nggak mah
Evan belum.
Heaven nih seru.
So much promise, a lot of potential in it, and Sentinels coming in with the absolute shocker of so many different things. Not only the Zelsa signing, but the actual one that I'm mentioning is the Shroud, of course. And they've improved, man. They've looked so much better.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. In an attempt to look
Anjing naro itu di atas sana.
towards A, and 100 Thieves just waltz their way into B for free. They've got that wall up to deny any entry from that side. The paranoia is not going to tag anyone, or one at best. You see Zelsis, he was trying to get high ground, unfortunately not able to do so. We're going to have to get through that pesky wall. The flank, Stellar's able to clear things out for now. Spots another, Shroud on the tap. How much utility do they have? Where are the layers? Austin is still with the frenzy, staying alive. As Derek now pushing into the smoke.
Anjing. Ditabrak bangsat. Oh. Ya.
Selsisnya telat ya, Cok.
What?
Kazam udah keren padahal, Cok.
And the dive in from Derek actually bought so much time, but nobody committed the defuse early there. And if they did, maybe they get half even before that nade comes down. Because 100 Thieves is committing so much.
Nah, kok streamer nipu tiba-tiba? Tangan gue tuh bengkak, guys.
This is what I'm talking about, that moment right here. Diving in again after Derek as well. And Will just gets back in time to deny the half. I mean, perfectly placed TP too. And again, a conversion on the pistol round for 100 Thieves. Strong so deep to clear Shazam.
Nggak pakai dulis, nggak lincah gimana? Ya barangkali udah nggak lincah juga, emang udah nggak bisa.
Bisa lah bro, cuman paling tim Komel lebih bagus. Chamber mungkin.
Tapi kalau dia terus-terusan pakai hero gini nggak duelis, lama-lama jadi ini juga nggak sih, Yan?
Juga enggak.
Butuh waktu ya.
Enggak sih.
Udah sekelas dia udah jago ya.
Nggak mungkin lupa.
Thieves are leaning towards garage and C. You just saw Zelsis go down C long and clear out the alarm bot. I thought there was a moment where they may pivot back to B, knowing that they've lost long control, but it seems like they're committing to it. Perhaps leaning on what should be the gun advantage. Shroud tugged behind the box and he ultimately
Gila, dicek loh.
Soalnya ngelempar itu kan, mau kali. Udah bunyinya.
Yeah. But I think 100 Thieves should be happy here because they walked into
lah nggak keplan.
And they come out with good management.
Hah? Tidur.
There was no major traps that they fell into.
Kencing.
Oh kencing, oke.
So this could have been way worse in a sense. Obviously, you're not going to be happy with losing anybody on the set to Icue.
Swing out is clean from the boys on 100 Thieves.
Not losing a single more person is very, very nice.
Sentinel kayak 4 kata lucu nih pistol roundnya nih.
The stack is there. And the other thing too is it's kind of hard in a lot of instances to
Gak pernah menang loh.
Valorant to feel out these stacks given that you want to go for these dives from Asuna there. He satchels out, for example, of Garage. And
DC sama Rian.
You can't really feel it out before anything happens. So
Rian Tuple Nile.
here's the gun round for Sentinels. I'm really curious here. There's not really that many combinations that you can use with the Fade. Enemy suppressed. At least to really punish on this defensive side. Maybe just to delay a little bit at the beginning of the round here in a lobby. Any follow-ups are going to be so slow from Sentinels.
Sentinel mainnya lama banget. Sekarang.
Very clean out from Tens. He was patient the entire time, able to deliver the blow.
Bonus round, bro.
Meanwhile, the rest of 100 Thieves have worked their way up along, and you see Dapper waiting for someone to pop out. Shaz is close by too. He still has plenty of utility to work with. Flashes, aftershocks, everything, but he doesn't have Dapper and he doesn't have health either. They both fall. The defenses crumble, and now there's a wall up from Cellar to deny any other additional entry.
Mati kalah lagi di bonusnya.
Shroud playing close by too. How do they get in? What opportunities are available? Eric and Cellar both patiently waiting. You see the nade's going to keep him back. Paranoia. Tens falls from the heavens, and he's able to take Derek, drop him down with him as Tens gets 3. He's got a chance at 4. He gets 4. Ace on the other side of the smoke. No Dapper to steal it this time around.
Gak dapet ace lagi. Apalah, menang.
Tens is heroic. Sentinels on the board.
That's got to be the 4th 4K for Tens now too.
Poor guy, man. Just getting teased.
I mean, hey, those 4Ks look just as good, man.
That's true. That's true.
They look just as good. And this is, I really thought they were going to convert the bonus. Don't forget. I think Bang accidentally flashed his teammate. Maybe that was Shroud's.
Udah 4 kali guys katanya guys ini.
I mean, he's getting the assist for it, but
4 kali 4 kill.
Flash into dark was really, I mean, he was full blind when Tens drops, and that's where the momentum starts. Before that, we were asking, where is the way in? What a knife, dude. You really can't play super aggressively in that A lobby against this knife, but they will punish if they walk up.
Note 2, Dapper had to use 2 Prowlers to clear out the garage. The first one didn't make it out, so he doesn't have any more Prowlers to work with in this round. They put the wall up towards B, and it's a fake.
Pivot.
They're going to get into C. Unless Shroud can do something about it. He tries spamming through. Nothing's going to land. Once again, it's going to be a straight-up 5v5 for the site. These rounds are chaotic. Shaz has his Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, but Celsius has wasted his flash already, so nothing really to follow up except for this, but there's the flash from Shroud too.
And the Rolling Thunder. Everything's dumped.
Ya ampun. Astaga.
Out for 100 Thieves.
They hold so strong there against the retake from Sentinels. That comes exactly how they expect. Although, obviously, you actually had Stellar way deep up, close towards spawn, and he's falling back in.
Wow.
Yeah, but the only
Celsius mesti bunuh sih, nggak loncat kayak gitu sih.
Obviously, Shazam after using the Rolling Thunder, but there's nobody really diving. This is what I'm talking about. Anytime they set up any sort of utility to be able to punish, if there's not the close spacing that you need, or if they're coming from a different angle, if they're following it, there's no speed with it.
Tens plucks one out. Bang gave him a little leg. He's happy to capitalize on it. Now you're going to see the Nightfall. They want to fight for this space, and they've got them split up.
Oh, they're leaving him.
You see the trail. No options for Will. They cut their losses, and they rotate away.
Yeah, they just completely left Will there. That's actually pretty surprising, given that there was those tells, but nice re-push from Sentinels. It leaves the A side a little open here. And there's only pistol for Shazam, so not much resistance here at all. They did recover a weapon down C long.
By the time it arrives, so
Retake lagi.
all 100 Thieves are going to be posted up in exactly
Kayaknya
the
mending tidur
positions that
deh.
they want. Very similar to
Ah,
what we
iya
saw
kah?
previously. Stellar wall up to deny
Sabarlah.
from Link.
And while this retake might look good for
Ini si Rian bawanya tidur guys, gue dicepu guys.
Flawless in these anti-ecos.
Remember, it was off of Shroud's flash that they were able to find space, and there it is.
Anjing.
Again from heaven gets one, but Austin and Derek keep him back for now. 2v2 here as Bang.
Gila, Ten sudah tryhard banget sih.
And it's Derek who does it at the end. No antics this time from Sentinels.
So does that count as another clutch? Even though the last player wasn't dead and it was Bang who got credit, I mean, that's a little weird situation. It should. And
Masih ada yang belum kill ya guys ya.
This one is a little bit of a gimmick because obviously it was a 2 versus 2 realistically, but that will definitely count. And he's keeping his 38% clutch rate coming into the series, which is insane.
Even if that one doesn't count, he's got so many. He can afford to not get one.
He's at 14.
Sampai Stroud nge-kill guys.
And also another 4v5 conversion. They're second so far on this map alone.
Note this from Sentinels, a heavy push in across the middle of the map. Asuna banging through the walls, able to take care of
Kayak dia acak-acak anjir.
Sentinels try to dial aggression. They try to increase the pace from mid. Ten's working his way down short. Doesn't pay off.
Miskin lagi.
Gets tested the hardest, right? Their third map here, going the entire distance.
Ulanglah Sentinel ini bro, kayaknya bro.
So far, something that they had to have tried to be prepping within the 2 weeks that they had at boot camp. Now 3 weeks. But the biggest test yet on a map, again, they have not yet played. And I'm looking at the way that they're playing this mid push, and Shazam already potentially not necessarily running out of ideas, but team losing faith in some of the plays that they should be making there because they're clearly solo peaks on both sides.
Use the Nightfall. Clear the way, not going to hit up on anyone. As you see, all members of Sentinels are tucked in garage. Shroud waiting to see if there's going to be a lurk up through C long.
Saving mereka.
How do they go for this even? Are they just waiting for
Shroud super
Halo?
deep on
Halo?
as well.
Yeah, but there's a
Apa tadi gue denger lu bang, gue tidur anjing.
Kok lu denger sih?
Maybe he can jump over it. No,
Denger
he
lah.
just clears it out.
Lu kencing lama amat.
Belsis on the tap.
Gue dari kalian
Seen
di
this
muka.
story before, but Derek wise to it, waiting for the
Wih.
layers behind.
Anjing.
Belsis gets
Haha,
the
ini.
second one as he spams through the smoke.
Tuh Sentinel cowok parah banget dan
Damage
Kenapa?
was done, but 100 Thieves will
retake
get around.
55 udah rolling thunder.
Like Bruce Willis, you know, falling
100 tipsnya flawless anjing.
Ya Allah.
Jadi pakai komen langsung udah sih. Gak jelas Sentinel udah cok. Ente mendingan tidur.
Something to note too that is actually very, very scary if you're Sentinels.
Kalah ini mereka udah itu kan gugur kan?
Gugur pulang udah nih.
And to be able to
Pulang
fight
ini cok.
on these situations where they're taking the site, where they're executing the site. 100 Thieves has gotten the plan every round. Every round.
Every round.
That is a scary sign if you're a Sentinels fan right now. Because if that trend continues, you're giving 100 Thieves their biggest advantage. Coming into this event, there were 75% win rates in the post-plan. And that slightly decreased a little bit in their first 2 matches, but I think this match will bring them right back up to that average that we saw from them in stage 2.
Well, and to make matters worse, Paula, the fact that they're running a triple initiator
Ada yang masih kosong belum?
tools that the initiators allow them, and they
Ronde.
still have
Biasa kan dia emang gitu. Ntar abis ini ronde ini bunuh baru.
So it's not even
Ronde
that
ke-7 kan
they're
biasa
just
bunuhnya.
100 Thieves into their cozy spots, but Sentinels aren't able to capitalize on the advantages that they should have off of their compositions.
Yeah. Well,
Tahu lah kalau kayak gitu kenapa guys.
Initiator comp and
Yang pasti mereka sih udah yakin banget.
then
Pick hero agentnya begini ya.
initiator on Ascent, right? They don't
Gak
have
pakai duelis terus cok.
the double recon. And I'm wondering if that's a major factor. Again, they're adding the breach here. And there's nobody to follow up on that breach. Except for like Shroud maybe can go for some TP plays mixed in with the Haunt and the Flash. But we're not seeing any of that.
The entry omen, of course.
That's the only dive they have.
Yeah. And speaking of that, he's worked his way down too long. Another alarm bar to keep him back. This time, does he smoke it out or clear it? Let's see, the rest of 100 Thieves barreling towards A. They've had so much success here.
Ya Allah.
And it just continues.
Nembak yuk kagak.
Definitely felt a little slow in that reaction from Shazam. That shoulder. Way too big for Austin to miss that kill. What a seize as well from Derek. Gets the information.
Asuna pushing forward, satchling, dropping right back, waits for the smoke to land, and then Tense falls.
Aduh.
Shroud's gonna be on the flank, but
Tidur
by
Lian.
the time he shows up, the round's gonna be over.
Nah ini di-clutch cok. Lawan Stroud cok. Sumpah.
This
Dia
was a
zapping, anjing.
clean execute from 100 Thieves.
Lihat nih.
I was really wondering, given you know, Fracture was a potential in this, and we already saw the Fracture. Whether or not 100 Thieves is going to start to trust their executes, because it looked so good in stage 2, but consistently they're going for a very mid-roundy style.
Ulang lah Sentinel nih.
And mid-roundy comps as well.
Serot
This one
beter apa?
you could think of as a mid-round comp, but I'm thinking specifically their ascent comp.
Kalau main chess mah dimajuin kali ya 1 lawan 5 ya.
Leads me to believe they really trust that
Maju
idea.
Maju juga ya.
And less so trust their executes, but more and more I'm thinking that may be a mistake, because that was beautiful.
Ini udah sayang buang-buang duit sih.
Spike gonna go off. Shroud should get away.
Crosshair placement slot jelek banget kayak getar gitu. Waduh.
Sly little devil that he is. I have no idea where he is. So he carries that in.
Kalau menurut gue sih slot ketinggian sensinya sih. Harus kecilin dikit.
Satu lagi sensi anjing.
We saw how little impact that had on the retake. We'll see that.
Sure. Yeah.
And if they can actually force Shazam to use it in a retake scenario,
Gila tapi Asunanya lagi on fire banget ya.
Then things could be really easy to
Derek juga gila cuy.
Also note, Asuna insane so far, 4-0 in these opening duels. He is punting. Ooh.
Look at Bang on the dive. We're looking for dive for moment. It's actually Bang who does it. He ults all.
Tadi di sini anjing.
The thing is, will the rest of his team be able to join him? Ooh, that hurts.
He did exactly what they needed, but the thing is, Sentinels is really fast here. All 5 players are going to be here before the spike goes down. So there's definitely an opportunity for this breach ult to make massive impact.
They clear out the wall that was put up by Stellar too. The smoke keeping Zelsis and Tens safe for now. They see some of that
Ini rolling thunder nih.
thunder that we mentioned. Will's already fallen. The paranoia. As everyone's kind of hit up, Bang still down in hell, still keeping him back. How much more value can he find? It's a 3v3 on the site, turning into a 3v2. Derek and Bang still up 64 HP. Crowd on the tap. They've lost control. Derek still playing long. Oh, and they all fall onto him all at once.
Aduh.
Derek in a 1v2. It's a tale as old as time. But
Derek lawan Srot, cok. Abang-abang cok. Akhirnya Srot. Berguna anjing.
Kali bunuh menangin round.
Iya, Jo.
Down the Clutch King finally. It takes a Clutch King of his own right.
Wah, 2 langsung cok. Woo.
But that actually has been a matchup in the 1v1s that Derek has been winning. So finally Shroud puts it on the board for Sentinels.
Aku rasa Srot mentalnya rendah sedikit.
Before LCQ,
Sebelum dapat PD-nya kali ya.
Dia udah lama pensi kan. Balik kompe itu butuh waktu anjing.
Again, actually, I'm surprised that Sentinels win that round.
Gak sekali turunnya langsung
I think they
jago.
went a little slow on that breach.
Ini bini gue nanya, ini mesti menang apa kalah? Nggak tahu, terserah aja Beb siapa yang menang.
Gave 100 Thieves the opportunity to fall off site, and also commending that really nice smoke from Bang, solo down in dark that he could play for that catches the players dropping out. Caught Tens, or almost caught Tens. Tens was waiting for quite some time. Caught somebody else.
Kalau kalah nggak tahu lagi anjing. Emang kenapa nggak boleh kalah 1v1? Boleh lah guys. Coba lihat live chat, lihat live chat. 2 He can hit amazing. Anjing yang komennya he can hit katanya amazing.
You're looking at attack side with no duelist from Sentinels.
Tak silver.
Yeah, that's dreadful to consider if you're fans of Sentinels.
Hens has the op this time though, and he's going to post up A long. But the problem with that is every single round so far, 100 Thieves has been 5-manning, and they're doing it again.
They 5-man their way with that showstopper into back C. The showstopper doesn't land. The wall goes up. Now they can assume their post-plant positions. Asuna has a nade. Should be the only bit of post-plant utility they have to work with. Don't have an operator. Try to control that either, and that's why you see them. They're pretty tucked up here. They're not playing for long. They want to fight off of anything garage. Asuna, the sole player for 100 Thieves, pushing his way forward, and now 100 Thieves continue to funnel out. Will gets one. Asuna still denying entry from backside. As Will touch Shroud, commits to the teleport, Bang drops him.
Gila nggak di flawless lagi.
A prime gaming flawless for 100 Thieves.
Di flawless lagi anjing tiap post plan.
Ada yang mati.
Ada yang mati udah 3 kali nih. Flawless.
to fight back in that situation. A lot of flashes, definitely a lot of stun as well from Breach is a bad sign. They're really understanding not only how they're using that utility, but also how to spread to counter it. And then they have the follow-up plan to fall back down C-Long, fall back on the flanks as well, with the way that they planted that spike.
Wah, jauh ini, bro.
Your tour de force come online. Look at that death ball in from Sentinels. It's a 4 stack this way. The smoke, the only thing that's keeping them at bay for now. The thing is, they just have classics, right? I mean, this is gonna be chaotic, but there's just
Anjing.
Asuna with 4.
Lagi-lagi.
He'll have a tour de force.
Apakah S lagi? Kalau gua jadi warna relatif sih gua kasih ya.
So good in these anti-ecos. Just patient is all.
Ace lagi.
And the second ace for Asuna too.
Aduh, second ace anjing.
Blow down of a spray.
Lah turu kan?
Turu kah?
And then also the
masih mungkin menang.
At least 100 Thieves gives him the ace in this case.
Masih aja.
Nggak, itu jawaban aman. Tapi chance kecil banget kan?
Kecil lah.
He's feeling himself, man. This guy was top 5 in stats in ACS as well. The only player for 100 Thieves up there. And that was
kebanyakan waktu main berlima buat konten anjing.
A lot of flex, right?
Keco, ini tim baru ini kan.
See that one way. Shroud spotting a little something. Asuna once again with the showstopper. I feel like he just had it, but he has it again. This time the no command stuffs it. The wick extinguished, and now 100 Thieves have to figure out how they want to go about this. 2 down long, 2 in garage. They just reset and then re-hit?
They've invested a lot already. They have to wait for potentially another smoke from Bang to come back online.
You see the pings on the minimap though. They do want to go this way. They have the Nightfall, the Paranoia too. Everything is hit up. A little bit of delay out from Garage. The knife there too.
Oh, the TP miss.
Lah, TP-nya miss. 83 nih.
In kind. Now note, it's just Derek who's down long with the spike. They have to find some advantage. They have to find something to work with in through Garage. And they haven't been able to do it yet. What a hold by Sentinels, man.
30 seconds. They can't even pivot back. Look at Tenz's position too. So they have to commit probably towards this A side. At least it's the biggest chance. Or they're going to be in for a surprise against Tenz.
Eric not able to land the flick. It's the 3rd time this run.
Aduh, palanya stroke kena lagi, kasihan banget, Cok.
Sentinels refuse to open it. They shut it in their face for the 3rd time this round.
Oke.
Really, really good hold here.
But
that is way too late for them to get their
anjing,
first
Cok.
plant denial
Kasihan banget, bro.
on this defensive side. And
Gak boleh gitu, guys.
where Sentinels has been having a good success in this series is these defensive
Udah bunuh
sides.
3 tuh lumayan, weh.
Against 100 Thieves who
Matinya juga nggak paling banyak.
so far what it looks like this LCQ on their attacks. And at the same time too, eating into the bank from 100 Thieves. They still got such a good buy. And
Jadi 48 bisa di comeback loh.
Meanwhile, nothing for Sentinels. Even a bulldog on Shroud.
Oke, Yan. Ayo, thank you, Yan.
Howler clears out long.
Thank you.
For as much as we saw A, this time 100 Thieves want to revisit C. Sentinels. First one goes down. How much more can they find? Shroud, the rest of them, they're all showing up.
Masih di Discord ini, Yan.
Yet again, this is how they found success before. They try to rise, and they're doing it. They've already gotten 2. Celsius with the 3rd all around. Will dreams.
Oke, stroke kill 3, guys. Akhirnya, guys.
C was not kind to 100 Thieves at the end of this half ball. It was just not. An 8-4 half. They carry that into the second one. We'll be right back.
Nah, lo. Ya kan? Nah, lo guys. Ini bisa nih, 48 loh. Iya. Tanggung lah ya. 48 bentaran kalah lah ini Sentinel juga kayaknya. Masalahnya selama dari tadi nih ya, pistol roundnya Sentinel nggak pernah menang, cok, kalah terus. Nonton Kidai dulu sih.
That guy even gets to use his res, he didn't, right?
When did you get so funny, Pujan? You were never this funny back in the day.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Aren't you guys both 30?
35.
What?
I mean, that makes sense though.
I'm just saying, man. He never used to be.
Gila, tarik 151k anjing.
Like sometimes I'd try to get away from Justin. He was still somehow.
You were hanging out with me and Strip all the time.
Like, get away from me. I'd like try to like juke you.
Stop.
Oh, gua tahu guys.
You loved me. I was your.
Tenang guys, tenang. Nobar cowok sama Kidai cowok. Kan Rian tidur guys.
For the third time in the series, 100 Thieves carry a lead into the second half.
Nah, kita nobar sama Kidai cowok.
Is
Ya
there
kan?
something here that you see that they can maybe unlock for
Nobar ya guys ya.
duelists without any real dive on attack?
Well, I think coming into the LCQ, the first two matches that they had, I think they've worked a lot on these attack sides. And clearly since they're committed.
Jadi gimana Kidai ngelihat Tens main kayak gini?
Both their series against Guard and Shopify definitely saw some good ideas put out. So potentially this could be something like maybe a side that they've worked on more. Asus all the way down mid.
Tense knows he's there too, and they even had a paranoia there just to make sure the kill goes their way.
Gua sebelah sini.
Back sight here though.
Jadi gimana Kidai?
And if Will and Derek aren't careful,
Agak sedih ya? Ya memang agak sulit sih kalau lagi kayak gini. Lagi posisi pasangan kita lagi di bawah gitu kan. Memang agak sulit sih, ya nggak apa-apa lah. Santai santai.
Because 100 Thieves have reestablished back garage control. Zelsis is the only one who's going to be able to cut it off. And now with 47 HP, he's the only one who's going to be able to win the round, and he can't do it. Another pistol.
Aduh, pistolnya kalah lagi.
That is now 5 out of all 6 of the pistols.
How about you? How about you? Ini mesti Anang sih guys.
Really good.
Mesti Anang sih yang gitu.
LCQ so far, but this will put them
Sentinel kalau udah nggak ada kesempatan lagi, bro.
And a reminder, perfect anti-eco record as well for 100 Thieves. And I honestly think that this anti-eco here, or this eco attempt from Sentinels needs to potentially go for a force. With the spike plant that they
Apa ya Kidai? Salah. Apa Kidai? Dan sedih-sedih cowok.
Asuna is 20 and 8.
Lian tadi ya.
All of this. 20 and 8 in 14 rounds. 13. This one doesn't even count.
Truly vintage Asuna.
Biar sama ya, gue sama dia.
To the top here for 100 Thieves. Sentinels have gotten the spike down. You see the Prowler, you see the nade, a paranoia to try to keep it back, and so far manages to do that. But 100 Thieves showing they can do a bit of the same themselves. Chaz and Dapper alone. Oh, but Chaz once again finds himself outnumbered.
Smoked off.
Yeah, the spam through. His Bane gets a third on the round. Derek with the defuse. This does not look good for Sentinels fans.
Yeah, this might be the biggest lead we've seen at this point of the game. 400 Thieves. And for majority, outside of obviously the fracture overtime, for the majority of the series, 100 Thieves has been, you know, the people in the driving seat. And with the win that they had on Breeze in a dominant fashion, and the follow-up for them, they've got to be feeling very, very comfortable.
Ente ini udah Sentinel ente ini. Ini bonus sih, kalau sampai kalah sih udah goodbye, cok.
Mel's prediction of 2-1 100 Thieves might have been perfectly spot on.
She keeps calling things like that. We might need to bring her back. How do Sentinels find a way in? How do they stop this bleeding? This feels very reminiscent to the attack rounds that we saw from Sentinels on Breeze. Quiet at the beginning, and then they strike.
Ini bonus harus menang sih. Ini must win round buat Sentinels.
Like they're doing right now. Yeah. Before being able to execute, because this is where their composition's power is going to come from.
Cok, kidainya hilang, Cok. Oh ya, balik lagi. Habis BRB dia.
And Derek proactive with this haunt.
Nice.
And it goes off too, so I think that pinged 2 players.
Very well.
Sorry, tadi Kidai habis ke toilet katanya, guys. Makanya off cam dulu tadi.
Play's good.
Yeah, can they find their way in though? Eric's still alive, still healthy, knows Elsis fixes that. And you've got Dapper who's waiting on the flank. The second kill doesn't go his way. It's Bang from a distance, gets one with the ghost. Stellar and Will, 2-1s left alone. Now Stellar's in a 1v4, and it just doesn't go their way. Sentinels with a great round.
Yeah, really well done. He's also swinging off of A.
Senyum dikit dong, senyum. Menang nih, 5-10 nih.
I think there was definitely
a senyum kah?
Moments of overconfidence there from 100 Thieves. Derek thinks he can take a lot there, but I think what he needs to do is actually survive long enough for that flank to become a problem for them that they have to deal with and take attention off of the site hold. Then he could really.
Besok waktu kita nobar lagi sama Kidai, guys. Ya kan?
So,
seger ya?
Start for Sentinels. 5 rounds now, they've got to do more. Will's got the op this time though. So how do they deal with even that? Oh my goodness, they could have got so punished there.
Yep.
And they still might. Look, the Prowler, the flash. Asa could also dive, potentially with a nade too. After contact.
Oh, Bang was looking away for the flash, and he turns it at just the right time, swings out and gets second. Now Chad's flashed up. Bang gets a third on the round. I mean, what a death trap for 100 Thieves, man.
And he escapes with his life.
So well played.
Plus the heal too, coming in from Stellar, bringing it way back.
Sedih Kidai.
Position too. He actually.
Gimana ya?
The information he has right now, he should be taking a lot more space. Dapper gets the kill on the Stellar. That isolates Bang. He's alone.
Will is so far away.
Star sedih, Cok.
He's gonna have to clutch this one out. Dapper's gonna get the spike down to note. Again, he has the op. 10's looking for that angle. He's taking the hide advantage. Is he gonna be expecting it? No, Will is not. Sentinels get to 6. They're not done yet.
10's with a really good read on Will's position at the end there. I think given the way that Bang was playing on the site, he puts his TP up top, which is exposed to both Heaven, both Spawn. And he just gambles for it and just takes down. Flank from Will. 4-round gap now.
Mana?
And we started this.
Wah, keluar netbotnya.
This is the first time they're playing. But I have to remind you as well, guys, this is the last time they're
live kah dia, Cok? Enggak, guys, lagi di Discord lagi bareng aja nih.
Worth noting as we think about this round, 100 Thieves in these situations, they just have
ini 61%, Cok.
They win out these rounds with nothing to their name. Once again, just the Marshal in the hands of Bang. Can they replicate that success?
Udah nggak peduli sama game lah, kalah ini tuh.
Or will Sentinels continue this comeback that they've started?
Tapi ini 7-10 bisa loh.
Did force the eco.
Mana nggak ada yang bisa ngalahin gue 61%, Cok.
Looks like they want to set up a trap play here inside the garage.
Ngaku-ngaku kalian babi.
Position of Bang.
Nih, langsung pelok.
Orangnya
pelok nih.
They'll spring the trap before they can even go for it because he's got the Marshal just posted up on window.
Late wall out from Stellar to deny entry into B.
Ketika lu pada, guys. Jauh lah, bro.
And 10's not even breaking that. Asa's one off his ult here.
Wajing.
One kill can change the round.
Rendezvous. First shot is
game 90, Cok. What the fuck?
10's apply some pressure off of that. Sentinels, they flip the map. And it's going to be a foot race to A.
Pada nggak terima anjing. Adik-adik bocil pada nggak terima anjing jodoh Kidai semua.
Fast as well on this rotate. Derek, Will, and Stellar all here.
They've gotten here before them. And they
14 seconds.
Work though. Yeah, time.
Asa's here too.
Perhaps that's part of it. Derek.
Aduh anjing.
He gets one. Asuna does as well. And there's the ult that you were looking for.
Oh, untung aja anjing.
Wins it out. Derek
untung aja.
But no magic this time. Sentinels get to 7.
That was so close. And Asna
Miham 93 ada lawan nggak?
Knew exactly what was happening after the rotate out of garage.
Senyum-senyum.
Great composure for Sentinels. Once they realized that Asna was
ini lagi hamil bang.
First kill.
Ya orang gue cuma bercanda doang ini mah.
Even though it goes with the life. And then Dapper to take it against the clutch master.
93 guys, rekor dipegang 93 oleh It's Miham ya guys ya.
Fault line there, we see that
Shroud.
vintage seize nade combo that we've just come to expect down in A main. Off of this, they do want to increase pace a little bit. They use that no command. You see the dive in, rolling thunder through as well. They're fully committing to this. They've gotten at least enough of the site paved off that they can work their way in. Shroud making his way forward, but 100 Thieves keep him back for now. As Derek and Will
Astaga.
nothing.
Gimana belum lihat slot performnya ngecewakan nggak?
And they invested a lot, man.
It feels like the exact same
gimana ya?
thing we were seeing from Sentinels on Fracture, right? Where
Kaget juga lah, balik kata Rian juga butuh waktu buat balik kompetitif tuh. Tomnya timnya juga bonding, lagi beda game juga kan. Wih, Atorix 96% ya guys ya. Ada lawan nggak cowok?
Surprised that they even stick into that. Here's the TP from Shroud. Making some distance.
Committed. Oh, but he's already been spammed through, yeah. 43 HP.
Oh, he missed the one-way too.
Well, they're happy to give up some of the space, knowing that you have advantages. 27 HP now as he took down a little bit more. Will's able to work his way up.
Oh, Tense fell off the box too. Will was watching there.
Ya lagi.
Derek has
Gimana kita? What's your opinion about this match? What's your opinion about Shroud? Michael Grisick.
Another clean round from 100 Thieves.
And that might be it. That might be the final whimper here for Sentinels.
Cakdor sama Kidai 2% udah lah cok, nggak usah nanya lagi cok.
Rounds in a row, this retake is solid from 100 Thieves, and they're causing problems
miskin ini.
every single round of these attack rounds, even when Sentinels is putting them on the board. I think about
nice try guys, Sentinel pulang guys.
And the money situation is just awful as well for Sentinels. They're going to be cobbling together a buy.
Kenapa kita jangan sedih-sedih ya? Ntar malam kita video call.
Kalau
kamu sedih-sedih. Kalau ntar sama Tens marah-marah, ntar malam kita video call. Ngobrol aja cok. Apa sih?
Rez potentially going to be coming up soon. Asna probably has another showstopper at this point. Let's be honest.
Ada lawan nggak cok? Kayaknya 96 nggak ada.
You're right. The answers are not plentiful, and Sentinels call a timeout to try to find a diamond in the rough. Because this very well could be the last timeout that we see them call all year.
Kidai.
The crazy thing is too with the shift that they've
anjing Kim tulis sendiri bangsat. Apa ya cok, Kim ini ban aja nggak sih? Ada tulis 1000% anjoy.
Easy rounds like the classic C split because they don't have the Sofa.
Dia nulis sendiri anjing. Kompe cok si Kim cok anjing.
So potentially that's what you need. Dapper kind of falling a little bit in consistency, but
look at the buy.
Yeah, it's
bad.
It's not horrendous actually. There's 3 rifles.
Shroud out.
And I'm not seeing a lot of missing.
Nggak tahu lah, bingung guys. Mau komen apa cok? Ya pokoknya terlepas itu semua gue coba bisa bilang buat gue pribadi ngeliat Shroud kayak gini ya sedih sebenarnya. Tapi ya udahlah, kan pilihan dia juga.
No sage wall or anything to work with. The paranoia tries to go backside. They've gotten the opener and Tens. It very well may be Tens go kill.
Tens menolak kalah guys ya.
They have full garage control, and they're gonna turn their attention over to see. The thing is, you've left Will here, and Will's got an op. The first swing out.
Nice Dapper.
Very well done. Info gathered, utility used. The op shot's not gonna land as Tens has gotten 3.
Planted.
4v2 here. Sentinels with firm control of everything. 100 Thieves have plenty of money, so perhaps they go for it anyway and try to put him away now. But it's a really nice setup. The thing is, you would be expecting is this exactly where Zelsis was before, and it doesn't seem to matter. Derek dropped Stellar in a 1v4.
I was going to say
Lagi Nico.
That's a potential. This is, I mean, Tens just walked into garage while the B pressure was coming. He caught that rotate, much like some of the stuff that they were doing on Breeze. Or at least attempting, and it's another 4K from him.
Is that the
He's
fourth
got,
4K?
I think he's at 5 now, actually. Oh. He's definitely had 2 this map.
Gila Tens 22, Cok.
And
masih gendong-gendong anjing. 4 kill lagi Tens tuh.
That was
udah 5 kali.
Well from Dapper. I was worried because he didn't have a prowler that he wasn't going to worry about the long C angle.
5 kali dia 4 kill, guys.
So you always have to be concerned about that, especially when you go for that C split. But okay, hey, they've stabilized a little bit, especially economically. They survived with a lot of weapons. They still have the op from Tens.
And I wonder how they do this because Tens also has the tour de force. Shroud rocking a bulldog.
I'll find you.
Dilempar kemana itu anjing? Prowler apa? Apalah itulah jurus nomor 3-nya.
Clear here from 100 Thieves. They have to deal with Sentinels has no space right now.
Tens and his friend.
Against the match point of 100
Tens and friends.
This is it.
Mungkin gak usah dianggap, Cok. Aduh.
This is it again.
Mana sih?
Were just in this position and they were able to make magic happen.
This is a tough off angle to deal with as well, and Bang has the potential follow of the flashing and fighting. Good spam though, it pushes him off. That's a great way to take space here for Sentinels. Plus the Nightfall. Finally some ults coming online, but they're not committing to the space. They're walking into a 3-person stack here from 100 Thieves, and they've got a high-low setup as well.
And Austin is 1 point away from having the showstopper.
Oh, this is disastrous. This could be it for Sentinels.
Does it all end with a bang?
Face your
fear. Oh, they're all here. There's the Nightfall. No doubts about where the hit's coming from now. The Prowler, as they try to deny Shroud, trying to go aggressive. There's Osino with the showstopper, not landing anything. But Tens with the op plucks him. 4v4 here as Derek tries to stay backside. 13 seconds left. The spike's not planted yet. Still on the swing. A 1-for-1. Bang in a 1v2. To put Sentinels away. Time not on their side. They've got to deal with them. They've got to get the kill.
9-12. Masih ada mainnya, guys ya.
Just barely.
Just 5 seconds left.
And they were both there as well. So Bang at the
Miskin. 10-12 nih. Masa iya di comeback lagi, OT lagi.
Asta gets the first kill. This is where it could have gone completely terrible. Look, they're in a slow as well before Asta falls.
10 seconds left. A.
So they were all backing up before that. Bang with the opportunity to close that out.
Oh.
Imagine that goes the other way. Imagine he takes the Shazam fight first.
Let's play. And now the economy for 100 Thieves is broken. A judge. And that's it.
They're going into it though. Bang is here with the judge.
Oh, but it's from so far away. But Asuna, again, the utility's so good. The frenzy in the nade gives him the numbers advantage, and Stellar does it with the sheriff. It's all down onto Zelsis.
Anjing.
1 HP. Can he do it? The spam not going to land. A Prowler on the other side, waiting to see if someone's going to swing him a garage, and no challenge yet.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Yes, he is.
Yes, he
One line.
is.
What the fuck?
He's a monster.
Gila, darahnya sisa berapa?
It was it, Doug.
Sisa 1. What's HP, man?
Oh. The problem for us here, the problem for Sentinels,
Crunchy,
if they want to
man.
extend this game a little longer, is that was against an eco.
Wah, berarti ini sudah Tens dan Celsius dan 3 batang kayu, guys ya.
It's dangerous. It's so dangerous. Because they've won what? They've won so many eco rounds.
I don't even know anymore, man.
Masa iya?
Masa
iya timeout lagi, guys? Nah, adik-adik.
The timeouts have been more favored towards Sentinels, surprisingly.
Timeout. Masa iya overtime?
Fracture, for example, that's where started that Sentinels comeback after the 6-0 lead from 100 Thieves.
I mean, they're gonna need the buff again.
Kalah aja.
In a bad way. Light armor on Dapper.
Ya kalau mau OT aja.
Celsius has his ult. Shaz 1 point away from his.
Oh ngeras. Ya ngeras aja.
Definitely a good time to discuss, right? This is
Kalau mau menang.
chance to close this out.
Menang aja. Wah, nyampe OT nggak ya?
Great opportunity to talk about how they want to deal with the ult from Kale. Look, they're gonna walk down. Asna's already set up to walk down mid. The spam is focused on Garage, but this is the first time we've seen this smoke.
Ini kalau Sentinel menang lagi bisa OT beneran nih. Lo bisa menang lo ini.
Spam from Stellar as well to save Asna here. There's a wall on long C, so they're locked into this position. They've got the Nightfall from Derek too that they've got to deal with. But they're using it to re-clear mid. They're going for the res here. Stellar can bring back Bang, and they could get a smoke here so that they can't play for the long C. But Shroud is here to punish.
Something about it, yes. He drops Bang. Now the paranoia to dissuade anyone from chasing him down.
Kebaca, Cok, ditungguin.
Cleared out, so now they have long to work with too. No nade out from Celsius. They're gonna have to hold this. They're gonna have to fight.
Lens.
Can they keep the season alive for one more round?
Oh,
Numbers advantage goes
Lens. Masa iya? Saving guys.
They've done it again.
Oh, 11-12 guys.
All rounds.
Oh my god.
We're going to 24.
By the way, kita di sini sudah 3 jam setengah ya guys nonton Sentinel lawan 100 Thieves ya guys ya. Oh no.
Yes, Bang fell.
Double spec.
But they really put some, I mean, they punished Shazam. Although, well, they didn't even need Shazam on the X.
Shazam ada Rolling Thunder guys. Dapper satu lagi Nightfall.
Didn't have a timeout to discuss this time. And
wah.
Asna is literally no armor on 2, both Will and Asna. Oh my goodness.
Apa ini dia ambil Nightfall apa?
Best situation possible, but remember, 100 Thieves.
Rolling Thunder 4 stack A.
Heavy stack, a 4 stack C from 100 Thieves, and that's where Sentinels have found all of their success recently.
It's interesting to go for gambles on Haven. Sentinels doing the exact right thing. Put some doubt into the stack by breaking that trip. Oh, and that was an insta cancel. Did he even see? I think he was actually worried about them pushing into Garage at that point, so he had to come back to Asna.
I mean, nothing to be heard from the side of 100 Thieves. Steady.
Ajar ala Rolling Thunder Nightfall.
First one to make a move, and that move is towards A.
Remember, last time Sentinels went towards A, they were walking into a 3-man stack. This time, they've made the right decision. We can see it.
It is in the Derek, who can often be a 3-man stack himself. But this time, the Rolling Thunder, the knife, the fault line, everything they've gotten in. There is a trademark from Tens to keep the flank out of the way. But there's a 3 stack. Are you expecting that much? I don't think they are.
Oh, they're in the slow though, and the flash could really do some damage.
Shroud with the paranoia, and you see him, he repositions.
Set up.
The nade in his left. Is there any other way for him to get out? It goes back and forth. Shroud on the swing. No, Bang drops him. 4v3 in favor of 100 Thieves.
Okay.
Spike planted. And they're not done yet. Zells is still healthy.
Timing. Kalah. Oh!
No! They're gonna get the defuse. 100 Thieves live to fight another day.
And they take down the monsters of Cloud. Unfortunately, for Sentinels, they're gone, their season over, but 100 Thieves moves on to one more round to play.
No,
against the winner of Cloud9 and NRG, and they held on. I mean, one of the biggest things we were wondering about
anjing udah mau menang dibanting juga sama Derek gila
tuh. Team like Sentinels who consistently has that resilience in spades on the other side, and we saw it fail against FaZe. This week so far, it has not failed. Their confidence is at another level. They look really, really strong.
Ya udah sabar, nanti ini aku kelarin dulu juga. Sabar tuh.
match on Ascent, the second half collapse that we've talked about so much. The fact that they carried a lead and they were on map point on Fracture, map of this series, which feels like a week ago, by the way, also falls apart.
Ya udah
And they
guys.
could feel it bubbling, right? Like Sentinels were putting this thing together. There was an opportunity. A very real opportunity for there to be
Alah,
deja
capek
vu
gua,
all over
guys.
again. But they slammed the door when they need to most. What a performance out from 100
Oh, turu guys, turu guys.
Super nice. But on the Sentinel side, I think definitely it impressed a lot of
Okay
people.
lah.
And I think this series specifically, again, is going to be one of those that's like, oh yeah. I mean, they started off against the guard and they were like, holy crap.
Dengan
this is
berakhir ya
actually
match barusan guys. Berakhir juga untuk live streaming kita untuk pagi hari ini. Buat teman-teman yang bakal mau sekolah, yang bakal beraktivitas, silakan teman-teman. Semoga hari-harinya indah, tidak ada sama sekali gangguan-gangguan ya guys ya. Nanti kita bakal ketemu lagi agak siang lah guys. Mungkin sebelum ini guys, apa sih namanya? Sebelum PMWI lah nanti kita bakal stream. Siang nggak live Palo kah? Kayaknya enggak lah, kayaknya hari ini. Serat ini kita masih kurang tidur guys. Ya kan? Nanti siangan kita bakalan ya main ngobrol-ngobrol terus main kripto dulu, cari cuan pastinya 1 jam kayak biasa ya kan. Nah udah gitu kita bakal main Valo atau GTA mungkin atau PUBG Mobile ya, tergantung lah, nanti lihat nanti. Soalnya kan lagi ada keluarga juga di rumah kebetulan, ada orang tua. Jadi kita siang mau makan bareng dulu sama orang tua pastinya. Oke. Nah segitu aja dulu teman-teman, bisa lanjut ke teman-teman yang lain yang masih streaming. Ada siapa ya? Coba kita lihat-lihat. Ada Kobam. Ada Kobam, ada Bertot, ada Yapet, ada Aprah, ada Angsa. Bayang lah teman-teman. Siang sama Nina nggak live, lu kemana? Kemarin. Nggak live. Aku udah balik udah dong. Ya udah ya guys ya. Dulu guys ya, istirahat. Teman-teman semua. Bye bye gengs. Gue Pablo. Tenat bro.